Midnight music. 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 Midnight music.
Dude, I thought this the halftime show. First thing is the game. The first half of fucking boring. Then Alicia Keys came out of nowhere. You're like, what the fuck? It's incredible. It was so good.
Fucking Little John's like crowd surfing.
Yeah, dude. Luna came out with his Colin Kaepernick hair. Like everything about it was just like, wow. That escalated so quickly, and I'm so glad it did. I thought it was great.
He's like Usher's going around dancing on skates. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
How did you change so quickly?
You took. That's why I was like, dude, you were just half naked. Like, how did he change and put on roller skates in 25 seconds?
My God, it was nuts. It was absolutely nuts. Oh my God, Super Bowl was really fun. I was just ticked off. I was like, because I don't want the Chiefs to win again.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
They deserve the win though.
It was a good win because the coach of the 49ers just doesn't know how to doesn't know how to coach a full game in a Super Bowl. Like he always blows the lead in the second half because that happened like a couple years ago when they played
2020.
it.
2020 they played 2020.
He blew it in the second half. Like he just forgets to run the ball. Like remember in the first half the 49ers were like running the ball and they were pretty much killing them.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, in the second half, he was like, all right, we're just going to pass a little more and, like, start blitzing. I was like, oh, you want to do what the Chiefs want you to do? Like, because in the first half, they weren't blitzing. And Mahomes was getting fucking flustered. And he's like, we're going to put on the heat and blitz them. And then they're like, we're going to take the ball first in overtime. And I was like, you guys are fucking stupid.
You let Mahomes march down the field.
It wasn't that because it was more so like when you have somebody like Mahomes or like a Jordan or like an Elway, like all those great players, you want to put them on their toes. So like if you take the ball first and score or kick a field goal, now they know what they have to fucking do.
Yeah, dude, he looked because they kept cutting to him on the sidelines.
Who?
And
Mahomes?
Mahomes during that overtime drive, and he was just like, I can't wait to get this ball. He looked so calm, cool, and collected
because he can clearly see what he has to do next. If he would have got the ball first, he'd be shitting his pants.
Yeah,
like the audio came out, like, and if you actually see like they did a close up of his face when the 49ers like will receive, his eyes like widened.
He's like, oh, here it goes. Like Coolio.
Yeah, the audio came out and he was like, they did exactly what we wanted them to. They did exactly what we wanted them to. We're going to win this game. Oh my god. It was...
Okay.
Wait, I gotta see this Jeter
That's how
mode. What's up?
No, it's like my mixer keeps getting unplugged.
Oh yeah, I gotta see what this Jeter mode video that came out.
Because yeah, MLB The Show never did that. Like it's like how they had the Jordan challenges and like the follow the and all that kind of stuff. It's very easy to do in basketball because it's like, oh, get these stats throughout the whole game. I don't know how you do that in baseball. Like, oh, like you could do like the 2001 World Series where Jeter hit Mr. November.
Yeah.
You hit the home run. It's like, well, you have to hit a home run. That's hard.
It's hard to do. Nice. They have specific dates. Yes. Okay. So the dates that you're gonna do, I'm looking at the teas right now. The dates that they say are 2000 World Series, October 25th in Shea Stadium.
What was that one? What did he do there?
He hit the homer.
Oh, okay.
You have ALCS 98 October 6th, one of like the jump throw the first time. You have the fucking flip and the ALDS for the Oakland A's.
Oh, with Jeremy Jumbie not sliding.
Yeah, and then
fucking idiot.
And then you have the Mr. November game.
Yeah, the home run.
There's only a good amount of them. Okay, so it says trailer looks at storylines mode that allows gamers to recreate some of the most iconic moments from the Hall of Fame's career, including his leadoff homer in Game 4 of the World Series against the Mets.
I remember that. It set the tone, baby. It's like first pitch too.
Yeah. Flip play in Game 3 of the ALDS the next year. And the Negro Leagues are coming back. They're expanding the roster.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
Yankees
got us fucking signed Snell already. Like, what's he waiting for? Fucking Scott Boras.
They said that he has a sitting offer.
Dude, I'm surprised no one has given him that money. Like, he just won the Cy Young.
What does he want? How much does he want?
He wants like I think it's 9. He wants 9 years, which is the problem.
Oh, well, yeah.
I think he wants like 9 years, 260. And the Yankees are like, we'll give you 5.
We still have
which is fine, which is fair because like he's a little on the older side.
Yeah.
And he's kind of, I've heard he's a dick. He's an asshole in the locker room.
Yeah.
But dude, if they sign him, the Yankees gonna have 3 Cy Young winners in the past 2 years in their fucking rotation.
And Rodon's pissed off. He's like, all right, I got to step my shit up.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna get in shape, shave the mustache, and remember I can play baseball.
Yeah. Did you see Giancarlo?
Super lean. Looks like a child. It looks like a middle schooler. It's like, what happened to you?
Lost all of his weight.
And if we get a more like if we get a Giancarlo Stanton who's more agile, can hit doubles instead of home runs, that's fine. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
Bat 260, hit 25 home runs in a shit ton of doubles. And like 78 RBIs, 85 RBIs, and you're solid.
Yeah. Judge came out and said he feels like the Yankees have one more deal. That's gonna,
I think
it's gonna drop.
I think he means Snell.
Yeah, I wonder what he's waiting for. Like, that'd be a crazy rotation.
Yeah.
As a 1, 2, 3.
Or they just go crazy and sign Monty as well. Bring Monty back, let him throw his goddamn fastball. Get them 4, and then your 5th could be Nestor or... Oh, no, they got Stroman. They got Stroman, too.
Yeah, we got Stroman, yeah.
It was a pretty good pickup. I'm pretty happy they picked him up because he's fucking excited to play.
Yeah. That was the former Mets guy, right?
Cubs.
Okay.
Marcus Stroman.
I thought he played for the Mets and or Blue Jays or some shit.
I'm going to give him a Google. I know he came from the Cubs.
He was around for a fair amount. I think he was around for a fair amount. I've turned down for what's stuck in my head.
Oh, you're right. Previously played for the Blue Jays, the Mets, and the Cubs.
Yeah. He was around.
How old is this clown? He's only 32.
Oh, that's good.
Born in Medford, New York.
Really? I didn't know he was from Medford. That's always exciting when he's back home again. Fucking Medford.
I don't know how you beat the Dodgers, meaning you won't, but
Yeah, it's gross.
it is really gross.
It is disgustingly gross. Speaking of gross, so you want to hear something funny?
I
So
like laughing.
Charles texted me, and he texts me in the middle of the day, and because he works kind of like afternoons to evenings. So he texts me, I guess, before he goes where he goes. So I heard you park your plane on the Southern State Parkway, and I look at my phone and I go, what the fuck is he talking about?
What are you
So I
talking
called
about?
him. I go, what the hell are you talking about? He goes, look it up. Apparently today a plane crashed on the Southern State Parkway.
Damn. That sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of traffic there on a regular day.
So it was by Farmingdale. So you know how have you ever been to Farmingdale? How we have like that really small airport in Farmingdale?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really weird. It's in the middle of Long Island.
Yeah, it came from there.
That makes sense.
It was like apparently it was like a single engine plane that was like flying around Suffolk, and I guess on its way back it malfunctioned, literally like crashed on the Southern State. I was like, wow, I miss Long Island sometimes. I miss being around. I was in that area the other day too. A couple of my friends from college were in town, and they wanted to go to the weed dispensary. Which, by the way, well-oiled machine. Like, I don't even smoke weed. I was like, wow, this shop's really well run.
Is it like a like an Apple store?
Kind of. So, like, since
Yeah,
it's
my cousin works one in Jersey. It looks like and runs like a fucking Apple store.
yeah, so like, since it's the only one on the island, right now, like everybody goes there, so they usually have a pretty big line. So there's like a security guard. He scans everybody's ID, makes sure they're of legal age. You have like samples in like cases all around the store. You have a like electronic kiosk, so you know what kind of like bud you can get from there. And then once it's your turn online, you go up, you tell them what you want, and they like package everything for you, and you're on your way.
Pretty cool.
And they take cash, credit, all that fun shit, and an ATM, of course. So it was pretty dope. Like, I don't smoke weed or anything, but I was with them. I was like, oh, this is pretty fucking cool. It's like
future.
Fucking future. Frets. You're in my pocket while I clean up tonight. Thanks, Frets.
That makes me very uncomfortable, Mr. Frets.
I think he's just cleaning his store.
I figured.
Yeah. It's one thing I really like. I really like that I don't have to work in a store anymore.
Oh my god, a storefront. You don't have to deal with the public.
Yeah, I mean, I worked at Walgreens all through grad school.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know. Everybody should work retail once, so you know that you shouldn't be fucking complaining that badly.
Yeah, everyone should be forced to work. I agree. It's either retail or wait staff.
Yeah, some sort of like front end hospitality that you have to do.
Service.
Yeah.
Serve assholes.
Yeah, learn how much your shit doesn't fucking stink.
You will hate the public in 8 minutes.
It is very true. It is very, very true. The worst time I ever had there, so it was like Hurricane Irene or something hit the island. And like I had to work the day after the hurricane hit. And I was like, we're definitely closed. We're definitely closed. Right? We're closed.
They have to be.
They have to be. I fucking came in. I fucking drove. I was like, let me just double check. And then I see like the manager and the supervisor outside. I go, fuck, you guys are going to be open. And she's like, yep. We're going to...
Guess who's open?
I was like, fuck, all right. So all of the computer systems were down because obviously they were. So so we had to calculate everything by hand, including tax.
What?
Yeah.
Tax is like 6%.
Yeah, 8.625, I think.
It was 8 points. Ours is 6.625 or 6.625.
Yeah, when it was like 8.625. Yeah, I got really.
That's a lot, dude. 8 cents is a lot.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I agree with you, Fretch. Everybody should be a cashier for a summer in a tourist town or city. You really should. You just learn.
That should we get the? Do you know? I forget what it was. I don't know if we talked about this, but it was like I forget the story, but it was someone was an asshole or assaulted someone in like a grocery store or something,
Mhm.
and the judge did a court order they have to work in like a grocery store for like 100 hours or something.
Nice.
Like that was the punishment.
Nice.
Like that was the punishment, which part of me is just like, yeah, fuck that person. Like, that's a fair punishment. But then my other half of me was like, wow, dude, imagine that being your job. Your job is a court-ordered punishment for someone else. Like, that's a little backhanded, dude. You're getting paid minimum wage to be someone else's punishment.
I wonder if it's an unpaid. If they made do like an unpaid like internship. Like, it's like
Oh, probably. Yeah, it's
community service. Yeah,
it's like community service at the store where you fucking crash someone's skull in with a watermelon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
yeah, which
perfect.
Which, like, okay, yeah, I think it's a fair punishment. At the same time, it's like super degrading to the people who fucking work that job.
Well, at least I get free labor. You make them do all the shitty stuff.
I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of shitty stuff you can do, like clean the bathrooms. You ever clean a bathroom in a fucking like Walgreens?
I never cleaned a bathroom, but I totally forgot. I worked at Lowe's for 2 summers. And honestly, customers at Lowe's, really nice people.
I feel like they just don't want to be there, most of the people.
No, I did. The worst thing I'd get was like, hey, do you know what like the monkey screw is? I'm like, no. I'm like, I have no idea. He's like, do you know like he's like hardware's over that way. He's like, yeah, but do you like what a bin or whatever? No, I don't. So it's like, he's like, I'm looking for the cedar. And I go, yeah, wooden lumber's all the way at the end that way. He's like, can you be more specific? No, I can't. I am not a builder. I'm a college student.
You're a former janitor in college? Wow, Frats. That's
Did you do like hardcore trigonometry on the side that the professor left behind?
Oh my god.
Was your shrink Robin Williams?
Oh my god. All right, ready to get the show on the road?
Yeah, it's
probably gonna be a quick show tonight because we're only doing Chamber and some other random happenings.
Dude, we're not gonna talk about The Rock.
Oh no, I said other random happenings. That includes The Rock.
I mean, his vest is random. Everything else about him is not random at all. All right, let me start rolling the back up. Let me start rolling on audition. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war. Ready, set. Where's the music? Fuck.
Yeah, you should probably get to that.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war. Ready, set. I'm never doing that again.
Midnight music.
Coming up this week on Kings of the Rings podcast, it's a special Tuesday edition of the show as we get ready to wake up really, really freaking early for Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, right.
Somebody's got to do it. It's probably going to be me. We're going to go through everything happening at Elimination Chamber, some little updates about WWE and WrestleMania. And did you smell what The Rock was wearing? It's pretty freaking awesome. So all that and more on episode number 368 of Kings of the Rings podcast, Chamber Danger, exclusively here on Wrestle Addict Radio. Thank you very much. And it starts right now. You know, I was having a lot of difficulty trying to figure out what the name of the show was going to be. And then Chamber Danger, came, and I was like, this
That's
is
it.
freaking perfect.
Yeah, dude, rock solid. I can't believe I've never thought. We have Rumble of Royalties. We have Money for the Marks. How have we never thought of Chamber Danger?
I think Chamber Danger is going to be here to stay for as long as we do this show. I think this is the
perfect
thing.
It's Chamber Danger 24, dude.
Yes.
Rocking down under. It's gonna be great.
Yes. Chamber Danger 24, Rocking Down Under. That sounds perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode 368. Obviously, we just called it Chamber Danger. I am your host, King Ricky Rose. Thank you guys for joining us. The award-nominated Kings of the Rings podcast, obviously nominated. We did not win, unfortunately, for Best Wrestling Podcast.
Did Conan win?
Conan did not win.
Thank God.
Conan did not win. Do not worry. Do not worry. Conan did not win. So if you guys like what you're watching to, what you're listening to, please leave us a like, share, subscribe. Links to all of that are in the description below. Some of our merch is also in the description below as well. Links to all of that. Go check that out. With me this week, we were gonna get Kayfabe, but Kayfabe is here in spirit. But with me, back again for the umpteenth time, I guess the man who is rated currently a 77 in the latest WWE 2K24, Will Tarashuk. How are you?
Hell yeah, man! It's a work in progress. That 77 is gonna be a 78 by the time this intro's over. Just wait, you wait and see. I am Will Tarashuk, T.S. Thomas, Arashuk. The 9 years, Ricky. This podcast reached 9 years during the break while we were gone. I don't know the exact date, but I'm pretty sure it was the 15th, according that we were on iTunes for the first time, according to my Facebook memories.
Wow.
Which is really like the barometer I've been using, like what I was doing 9 years ago.
That's literally the only thing Facebook is good for these days.
Yeah, it is. Thank God I got to delete that post now. So yeah, 9 years, King's Wings podcast, 9 long years of doing this. Wow. So yeah, Ricky, you came in episode like 33 or 36.
I believe it was 33 when Dean Ambrose cashed. I believe it was 33.
Yeah. Yeah. So 9 years of podcasting.
Yeah, I'm well over 300 episodes in. It's kind of fucking nuts.
It's been a hell of a ride, man.
Yeah.
It's been a hell of a ride. A lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I'm glad we're still here doing this.
Yeah, we are going to do this, and we are probably going to just a heads up. That's not true. There have been some biddies on the show, actually. Fair amount from all over the world. I say that because we have friends.
No bitches? Yeah, we had plenty of bitches.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Dave was a host for how long? Dave's a bitch.
Shout out to Dave, the godfather of the
Love
podcast.
You,
Dave. Godfather of the podcast. But we are experimenting with Tuesday nights. This might be a more permanent thing. Hint, it is going to be a more permanent thing. I'm actually thinking about, we'll talk about this on the post show, we'll probably changing up the format too. Visual format.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
Yeah. I'm intrigued by Anchor and the Riversides. I looked at Riverside and I was like, ooh, I could work with this. So,
Riverside's dope.
Yeah.
Dude, Riverside's dope. It's an amazing platform.
So I'm thinking about maybe I have to fiddle with. I mean, we've got a month because all of the changes are going to happen post Mania. So I got a month.
Dude, anything that gets us off of Skype, I am down for. Because Skype makes my audio sound way worse than it is for whatever reason. I have no idea why.
It's probably because I'm the primary.
It could be.
That's probably what it is. But anywho, folks, we are here to talk wrestling, and real quick, since I did the whole ratings thing, I only did that because I don't know if you've been watching any of the WWE product. They're being genius marketing people again. You know, during specific matches on SmackDown and Raw, they have revealed the ratings of the performers in the ring for WWE 2K24.
It is really clever.
Yeah. So they've been releasing all of that stuff very periodically, and it's actually pretty freaking clever. They also had Michael Chandler on Raw last night.
That actually happened. I saw that. That wasn't live too.
That was live.
I guess I believe in the internet more.
Yeah,
I'm a little too skeptical. That
was live. Yeah. So Samantha Irvin's like, oh yeah, by the way, UFC fighter Michael Chandler. So he takes the mic and he like stands up on top of his chair and he's like, he challenges Conor McGregor.
Dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Triple H's is like, who's that? It's like, oh yeah, he works in our company. Oh yeah,
yeah.
He does do that, doesn't he? I mean, that's a fight I'd love to see, but I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna turn to a UFC podcast for a quick second. I don't even know if McGregor still fights anymore. I don't know when his last fight was.
On that Brock Lesnar deal. He just shows up whenever the hell he wants to do.
Who? We can't say him anymore.
The guy formerly known as the Beast, who used to wrestle at the University of Minnesota.
He redacted. Former redacted UFC champion.
Former WWE champion. Roman Reigns' biggest adversary for a very, very long time. But speaking of which, that was on Raw. But on SmackDown, we got what we didn't know we actually wanted. I watched this happen. So Roman comes out, and he's talking about all of this stuff. He's being Roman. And then he said, we're going to finally say that The Rock is in the bloodline. And generic face rock music comes out, which I think was the only misstep in this entire thing. And then we got Versace $500 shirt wearing Rock, but the sleeves were cut off. I go, oh my God, he's gone Hollywood again. And then they just let him be an asshole on the mic into the state of Utah for 10 minutes, and that's how the show ended. And I was like, yeah, I'm okay with this. I'm very okay with this. Well, I know you're a big Rock fan, and now you're probably pumped as hell that you're going to see The Rock at WrestleMania in some way, shape, or form, and see The Rock perform live for the first time ever in your life.
Yes.
So what?
100% true.
So do you like the fact
I'm gonna lose
that?
my mind regardless.
Yeah. So do you like the fact that Hollywood Rock is now here?
I do. I do like what they're doing. I think. Well, let's go back a second to Cody Rhodes winning the Royal Rumble, because it's been a while since you and I have done a show.
I talked about this with Will Gray but we had a really great discussion about it.
Yeah, wild decision.
Yeah,
because by that Friday it was just all over.
Yeah,
and they just kind of fucked themselves. So something must have happened behind the scenes with The Rock actually doing the deal. So going into Rumble, Rock wasn't doing Mania, and then some between that and like Friday, they just completely changed their mind. He changed his mind, and they got a deal done.
Yeah.
So, and you go into the press conference. Press conference was out of this world fucking amazing. Like, wow.
I watched the press. I was like, this is much ado about nothing, but people are going to eat this shit up.
Yeah, it was amazing. A few gripes. It should have been Bailey instead of Bianca, but I understand why it's Bianca, because Bianca's still the bigger star.
Yeah.
And she has a new show coming out.
The show's already out.
Already out.
Yeah.
2, CM Punk just being CM Punk and The Rock staring him down from the stage was wow. CM Punk is going to give 2 fucks, and I hope he commentates WrestleMania.
CM Punk was absolutely brilliant. He was like, dude, if you're going to say something about me, we're going to be fighting. Tony Khan must have been so freaking pissed.
Yeah. 3, I still want Rock versus Roman one-on-one. I still think that's the bigger match. That's the match I would have preferred. Mm-hmm. However, Triple H has been down this road before, and it's funny, 10 years ago, the same build, WrestleMania 30, it was Daniel Bryan. I think WWE made the right call, because the fans and the marks would have ruined that storyline between Rock and Roman.
Yeah, we've ruined many of Roman main events before.
Yeah, they would have ruined it.
Yeah.
And so I think they made the right move by pivoting. And I was like, it's confusing as fuck. Let's give him a chance. Rock made a tweet. It's like, guys, just wait and see what happens. Cody made a tweet as well saying, guys, wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
And now we got this. And I still would love to see Rock Woman one-on-one, but we're going to get it eventually.
Yeah.
And I'll have to fly out to wherever the fuck I got to fly out to go and see it. But I'm going to go do it. So it's bittersweet, because I think heel Rock is the right move. Him joining Roman is the right move, and the eventual turn, which is probably going to happen at Mania, is going to be even bigger for that next one-on-one match, even make more sense.
Yeah.
So in the long run, I think it's the right call. That being said, I can't wait for Cody to lose again.
He can't lose again. That would be the worst thing.
I'm not going to lie. He might lose again.
I can't be disappointed 2 WrestleManias in a row.
Dude, you can't ruin our big blockbuster match and then win. You can't do it, dude.
I do think Rock is a sleeper agent.
And I genuinely think Rock Roman needs the belt. I do. If the storyline is gonna be who's the head of the table, it needs the belt. If the storyline is you fucked me over, I'm coming for you, then it doesn't. And it's just a matter of which story would you rather tell and be told.
Yeah, I mean, The Rock doesn't need the belt to solidify himself over Roman, so I think it's
correct.
I think it's bigger than the belt.
I think it could be bigger than the belt, and I think WWE just actually gave themselves a lane to make it bigger than the belt.
Yeah.
So
I think
we'll just see what happens. I don't want to see the tag match. I don't give a fuck about the tag match, to be honest.
Yeah, no.
I don't need to see Seth wrestle twice. Like, unless night 1, Rock just buries Cody, and they just night 1 ends with the whole bloodline laying over Cody's bloody carcass.
Yeah.
Then it's just like, oh, okay. That tag match was worth it.
I honestly, of everybody in this WrestleMania build and all that, I feel so bad for Seth Rollins. Roman Reigns came out and obliterated that title.
Yeah, dude. Seth is just like, why are you still out here?
Yeah.
I leaned over to Jazz. I was like, why is he still here? And she's like, bitch, I'm watching TikToks. Why are you still here?
I felt so bad for Seth. I was like, wow. I was like, Seth, you really should have just taken this WrestleMania off. You announced you were injured. You should have just called it quits then.
Dude, like it is. I feel worse for him than I do for CM Punk because CM Punk's gonna be able to have his moment. Seth Rollins is gonna be stuck on the mid card again, like when he was supposed to main event
Just
with Punk.
lovable loser Seth. Oh my god, I've never seen such a visceral like just a visceral attack on the credibility of a wrestler and their belt ever. Like it felt like it was personal. It felt like he actually pissed off Roman.
Yeah, because you know what he should have? He should have been pissed off because what Seth said was just wrong on every single level. It was like, this is a workman's title. Yeah, no one cares. Like, sorry.
It was like, Jesus.
Like he's like Roman's just like, yeah, I don't need to be here. I'm not here, and I'm still bigger than you. And Seth's just like,
yeah, no, it was bad. There's a pretty interesting thing. So I had my friend over the other day, and I've been showing them they're big Rock fans. They watched in like middle school, high school, big Rock fans. So I showed them the clip of Rock coming out back as Hollywood Rock. Instantly they got it. They're like, oh my god, this is the Rock I remember. I was like, fuck. It really does work for the casuals.
It does, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, heel Rock. I mean, we've been seeing heel Rock since like 2002, like 04 when he first came back. So, I mean, seeing the Rock as itself is great, but we've seen the Rock sporadically the past few years. It's always been this babyface Rock cutting the same promo, just amazing because he's still the Rock.
Yeah,
like Rock can cut the same type of promo on a different person, and it works. But heel Rock, it's pretty awesome. Look at that mess, dude. He's fucking huge. Although I will say I didn't like. He made an Instagram post explaining to what like his movie fans what a heel is.
Did he really?
He did because like he's here's the thing.
Yeah.
Rock is still a movie star. He still needs to save face. He needs to remind people he's playing a character on TV.
Which is really funny for a movie star to be saying, I'm playing a character.
I know, right? Which takes me out of the moment, but at the same time, I get it. He still has a brand to protect.
Yeah, multiple brands.
You know, like it's not good for advertisers when he sees he's on stage calling a Utah person fat and like bulbous fingers.
Yeah, he's like, I'll slap the herpes out your face.
Yeah, right. So it's like he's like, guys,
you and your
real
50 wives.
Yeah, so like I get why he did it, but it's like as a wrestling fan, it's just like, come on, Rock.
Yeah, all right. So do you
live the game?
Do you think, sir, we get Rock Conscious back?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, because Rock Concert Rock was Rock Concert Rock was when he was Hollywood Rock.
Yeah, and he did it on Vicky. Last time he did one was on Vicky.
My favorite one he did is when he was in Sacramento.
Oh yeah, he destroyed Sacramento. Destroyed Sacramento.
It's like, it's not my fault. My man Shaq calls y'all the Sacramento Queens. And walked away. So Hollywood Rock, part of the Bloodline. The Bloodline just running rampant on Raw last night too. Really fucked up Cody. Also, honorable mention for player hater of the year. Drew McIntyre's on a heel roll. I want the CM Punk WrestleMania graveyard shirt.
I do too. That was because so the story was how he stormed out of Survivor Series.
Yeah, which I thought was all part of the show.
Well, no,
he had to get out of the way because Punk was coming back.
Seth was part of the show.
Yeah.
Drew was not. And because Drew was supposed to not main event, but have the title match with Seth at Mania.
Oh.
Right? That was the plan going into November. And then Punk came back and took his spot. So he was legitimately mad.
He also had to get out of the way for when Punk was going to come back. Sure.
And then they turned it into a storyline with the promos because Drew's still professional.
Yeah.
And now that he's hurt, Drew's slid back into that slot and he's just trolling.
It's a great shirt.
It's like, so that was actually legitimately real because he was supposed to be in the title picture to begin with.
Listen, it makes sense. I still would have lobbied for, because I thought Gunther had a great option. You could have done Gunther Seth, title for title. Get the IC the main event for the first time in a very long time.
I mean, it would have been cool. It would have had Hogan Warrior vibes.
That's what I'm going for. Yeah.
But you're just gonna combine two two mid workman's titles into one.
Well, he can
Like-
claim himself he's the better workhorse than Seth, which he
but
is.
then what do you do with both belts?
He can say, since as like the Gunther character is snobby, I'll be like, "There's no one who can beat me." He just drops it and gives it off to somebody else because now he's a world champion.
See, but so I get that, and it would be a cool moment for Gunther and like a WrestleMania moment. But then you don't bury Gunther's title reign, but you don't carry that momentum that gets carried with that win over Gunther. This gets dropped and it's dead.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't get transferred to that new person. Like Jey Uso would have been a perfect person to win this belt, because that momentum would have transferred over to him and elevated both him and the title and Gunther.
Yeah.
Whereas this winning the belt and then dropping the next night because you don't need to, no one looks good from doing that.
Understandable.
Including the belt.
Yeah.
As cool of a moment it would be for WrestleMania, and us marks would lose our mind and the match would be out of this world.
Yeah.
This doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it happens. So we'll see what I'm very scared to see what Gunther's gonna do. Like, I don't know who he faces or anything, but
Also, guys, we're living through history. Do we just forget that? Like, I don't know why people are so excited for Gunther to drop the title. It's like, dude, you're gonna be telling your kids about this title reign.
yeah.
Right? Like, you don't want this to end. Like, I have ever listened to a wrestling fan, they go, "Oh, Bruno had the best run." And you kind of go, well, yeah.
Well,
20 years from now, that's going to be us. Gunther had the best run. This Flippy McDippy guy can suck my cock, right? So I don't want him to drop ever. I want him to have this IC title for 3 more years so I can say I witnessed the greatest history in wrestling.
He is at whatever title he holds, whether it's IC or World, he's going into Berlin as a champion.
Yeah. In fact, he's probably gonna drop in Berlin because this. You love your curse, but then again, he's gonna be a big baby face.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. It is gonna be crazy. So WrestleMania is finally taking shape. With all these matches and subtle and handset matches coming up.
I can't wait for Uso Red versus Uso Blue. Dude, one of them's got to come out as Charizard, the other one's got to come out as Blastoise, because that's literally what it's going to be. Red versus Blue.
I was thinking Red versus Blue, like the Halo characters, the Halo show.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool too. That would work too.
That would be amazing. So also something going up in
Master Chief. Oh,
Master Chief.
The title for Master Chief,
yes.
dude. Head of the table and the Master Chief.
And the Master Chief. So the other big thing that WWE announced this week, started on SmackDown and on Raw, with a press release coming out Monday night as well, is WWE World at WrestleMania, sponsor a Fanatics event experience.
Is this Access?
It looks like it's going to be a rebranded Access. So let me read to you the press release. I have it right here next to me. And it goes a little something like this: WWE and Fanatics events, because they just outsource the Fanatics now, and I don't blame them. Have officially announced details for WWE World at WrestleMania. 5 days, pretty much the entire 5 days that we're going to be there, Will. Interactive fan experience taking place from Thursday, April 4th to Monday, April 8th at the Pennsylvania Convention Center in Philly, right across the street from us, or right down the road from us, actually. Tickets will be available starting this Thursday, February 22nd at 10 a.m. You want to know what the ticket range is?
God, probably like $20 to $400.
Close, $30 to $300.
God damn it! I was really hoping to pay $20.
They say WWE World at WrestleMania will feature a variety of immersive experiences for fans, including a central main stage, what will host a WWE roundtable discussion. Interesting. A WWE 2K24 gaming tournament. Very interested in that.
I'm gonna get my ass whooped if I ever played that.
Live podcast recordings. What podcast? I want to know about it.
Dude, Sam's podcast, please. I am Sam with fucking what's his name? Sam the bald guy.
Sam Roberts?
Sam Roberts. Yeah. I am Sam with Sam Roberts.
They're also going to have live memorabilia and autograph sales through Fanatics Live, which Fanatics Live does, like they do live auctioning on streams all the time. And the end, all right, this kind of scares me because I don't know if I have enough money for this. They are claiming they're going to have the largest WWE superstore in WrestleMania history.
Sweet Jesus.
Yeah. The event will also feature exclusive merchandise, autograph sessions, and meet and greets with WWE superstars and legends, in addition to immersive exhibits and memorabilia honoring WrestleMania's 40-year history. So this is, to me, this is Access,
Yeah.
rebranded for like the umpteenth time. So the last time I was at Access, or whatever they're gonna call it, that year in Dallas for 38, it was like you paid like $10 for an all week pass, and then you paid extra for like these little immersive experiences and the store and all of that and all of the other random shit. But now they're saying they're gonna be ticket packages between $30 and $300, and they don't tell you what that money goes to. So we're gonna do our best today to figure out what do you get for 30 and what might you get for something a little bit higher.
30s is GA. That's all it is. It's general admission. You get to walk in the doors and look around.
Mhm.
So I'm assuming everything else you have to pay for, pretty much.
Yeah.
$300 will get you access like the round table, right? Just access to events. You probably skip lines.
Fast pass it.
You probably, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if you can get in an hour early.
That'd be dope.
So the $30, like say it opens at 10 a.m.
Mhm. You get open at 9.
You get in at 9, and GA probably opens up at like 11, right? There's
Maybe.
probably like a, something like that. You just get extra things, skip lines, and access to special events for $300.
Fred says $30 ring crew, $300 NXT contract.
I mean, that too. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
I'm assuming you do 30 like GA. I think sounds weird. Like 300. Like I wonder what the tiers are. So like does 300 get you like guaranteed meet and greets? Like you don't pay extra for the meet and greets, and you
Probably.
like you guaranteed autographs and shit.
I wouldn't be surprised if like there's tiered meet and greets, like tier 1's like Taker, Seth Rollins, like Becky Lynch, that kind of tier. Tier 2 is like your Gunther's, your New Days, not New Days, your Usos, whatever. Some legends like Steamboat, whatever. And then tier 3 is just everyone else.
Yeah.
If you get a $300 ticket, you get access to a tier 1 and tier 2. You just get to pick it. You just get to choose.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yeah.
For free. Anything else you can pay for. That's what I would do.
Yeah. I'm just hoping they do like the general admission for the whole weekend, because I thought that worked perfectly.
That's honestly, it's probably $30 a day.
I really hope not. But we're gonna find out in 2 days.
I mean, I'd totally be. But by the time this episode's released, it'll be public.
Yeah.
I'm totally down to like do a mid-tier package.
Yeah.
If it's worth it.
Yeah, I need more details on the packages and what we get with that, because I'd be down for that as well. And like also, I looked it up, and I know we talked about it a couple days ago. WrestleCon's a 15-minute walk from where we're staying.
WrestleCon's fun.
Yeah.
Honestly, I like walking around and talking to people and shaking Wrestle's hands more than like paying for a selfie.
Yeah. Ric Flair just got announced, by the way.
Paying Ric Flair got announced, of course.
Yeah.
Paying extra for a picture is just annoying. I think I get it, but I don't like it. So I'm fine just walking around saying hi and shaking hands.
Yeah. And I also found out, we'll talk about a lot more when we
Except
get
the Sandman, he put me in he choked me with the cane, which is totally.
He also got
worth it.
choked by Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah, Sergeant Slaughter put me in the Cobra Clutch, which is also super worth it. It's like if you're gonna do shit like that, yeah, I'll pay you for that.
Yeah. No. I also found out WrestleCons has a 2300 arena for the weekend.
Is that
the ECW arena?
ECW arena.
Yeah,
That's pretty
they
cool.
got the ECW arena for the weekend, which is pretty crazy. So WWE World at Fanatics, it's going to be an interesting time. We'll see what the ticket packages are. We're probably going to be there. I know we're going to be there. And it's gonna. I'm excited for it. I'm very scared about how big this store is going to be, because that's where I spend the most time. Is the store and looking around.
I'm pretty good at not buying merch like that though. I'll buy the skull because I always buy the skulls.
I buy the skulls as well.
And I'll probably buy like the penny flag because who doesn't like a good pennant?
There you go. The pennant flag is good. Yeah,
like shirts. I don't buy shirts. I don't buy t-shirts ever.
Yeah, my big thing. I always have to buy the skull. It's like for whenever I go to WrestleMania, it's a skull, commemorative cup.
Yep.
Obviously, clear bag.
Yep.
If my Connoisseur's bracelet doesn't like break, I'll buy a Connoisseur bracelet. Like if my Connoisseur bracelets breaks, I'll buy another one.
Who's that dude who does the doodles, the artwork?
Oh, Schamberger, Rob Schamberger.
Yeah,
He's amazing.
If I'm feeling crazy, I might buy one of those.
I don't have any more space for like I already have. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, I do. I have plenty of wall space.
I have 10 on the wall right now.
Dude, did I show you my staff of Gandalf I have over here?
I feel like you have.
Oh, dude, it's like a legitimate life size replica. It's like an actual staff. It almost goes above my head.
Yeah, no.
But I had it mounted on the wall and it fell off last week.
Yeah, no.
So now I just have it leaning in the corner.
Yeah,
it's a bummer.
No, Schamberger's great. I actually like being at the Schamberger booth because he's usually just painting.
Yeah, he's just hanging out.
And his wife runs the stand, and she's really freaking nice. So yeah, no, W World I'm really excited for. Before we get to WrestleMania and all of that, we do have one last stop, and that is the Elimination Chamber from Perth, Australia. It is going to be about 7 p.m. when the show starts for them at local Australian time. For us on the East Coast, the event starts at 5 a.m., which means on the West Coast, it starts at 2 a.m. Okay. The only the one time I'm like, maybe I should live on the I can do a 2 a.m. show. 5 a.m. is going to be a little bit rough for me.
No, dude, it means it's going to end at 5. I'd rather be up at 5, have it end at 8. So, yeah, dude, I'm in a real conundrum because Saturday morning is Bill Maher time. I always watch Bill Maher first thing on Saturday morning.
5 a.m. on Saturday morning?
No, like when I wake up in the morning, like 10 a.m.
Okay.
So we call him Grandpa because Bill Maher is such a fucking grandpa. It's hilarious. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's a matter of what do I watch first? Do I watch Bill Maher first or throw on Elimination Chamber first?
I don't know. It's gonna be.
I'm gonna wake up Saturday morning. Maybe I'll do it Saturday afternoon because I like to do I like to order pizza or wings or whatever when I do these WWE shows. Yeah. Maybe I'll do Saturday afternoon, 1 o'clock. Stay off Twitter, stay off Instagram, and just put it on at 1 o'clock.
That sounds fair. I mean, I think I'm probably gonna take the challenge. I thought about this. I was like, there are people in other countries like Europe, England, like the UK, that do this
they do it all the time.
All the time.
They do it for Raw.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, I can't feel that highly of myself to not give this a try once and suffer for this one time. They're also doing a press conference Thursday night at 11 p.m. Eastern because it'll be like afternoon there the next day. So it's going to be a lot of interesting late night programming for WWE or early morning programming over the weekend. So Elimination Chamber is pretty much, I think, 4 matches on the card. Just to give you guys a quick update on where we are. We did a prediction, myself, Will, and Kay, last time we were all for Rumble of Royalties.
I didn't know these were real predictions, by the way, so don't judge mine.
Well, right now, overall, I am up by 1.
That's because I picked Bully Ray to come up with the Rumble. If I knew we were doing actual predictions, I would not have done Bully Ray.
Yeah, you and we what's happened was we all tied in our predictions for the actual matches. We all got CM Punk as the as the winner, and we all got it wrong. We got everybody else right. But it was all about the surprise entrance. Yeah. So yeah, I got 2 surprise entrants correct.
I don't think I got any.
Yeah, you did. You got Andrade.
You
got Andrade. So I'm up 5. I'm up by 1. I have 5. Everybody else is 4. So we're going to continue this prediction battle going into Elimination Chamber. We're going to start with the men's Elimination Chamber, which I will admit is fucking stacked. You have Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, Bobby Lashley, Kevin Owens, LA Knight, and Logan Paul, who probably has a death wish being with all these guys in the ring right now. This is going to be brutal. Obviously, the winner of this gets to challenge Seth for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. Kayfabe, who is not with us on the show, has already made their predictions for this. Kay has chosen that the winner of the match they predict will be Drew McIntyre. There are some bonus questions here as well. Kay believes the first person eliminated in the men's elimination chamber will be Kevin Owens, and the final 2 members of the men's elimination chamber will be Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton. So, Will, I leave it to you. What are your choices for this, sir?
Let's see. This is for the Raw belt.
You're not even calling it the World Heavyweight title.
Kevin Owens, SmackDown. Bobby Lashley, SmackDown. Okay. Randy Orton, also SmackDown. Logan Paul. Oh wait, also SmackDown. LA Knight, SmackDown. I don't know, Ricky. Who's gonna go for the Raw belt on this one? Maybe the Raw superstar Drew McIntyre. Just a hunch. I think Drew's gonna win this one. What a phony fucking stupid here! Come on now, this is ridiculous.
There's going to be a lot of things set up in this match, though. I think we do set up LA Knight Logan Paul. For
I
Mania.
hope so.
Yeah.
Because I know we do KO Logan Paul left room on the table, but I want Logan Paul LA Knight. Although I will say Kevin Owens is probably a little more blockbuster than LA Knight.
A little bit. I mean, we got to get the KO Mania shirts like sell like hotcakes every year.
I mean, you could do a triple threat too, which I would not be mad at, because that means Logan Paul can keep the belt, which would also be really fun. But I think LA Knight should get that belt, and I think it should be 1-on-1 because I think he's done so much good work over the past year.
Oh yeah,
you got to reward him with something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's got to be backstage politics for the reason he's not getting like a 1-on-1. If he doesn't get it, it's got to be backstage politics at this point.
Maybe at some point. So, who is the first person eliminated from this for you, Will?
Damn, that's a tough one, man. I think they do this. I think Bobby Lashley comes in early, and they do a spot where like 4 guys team up on him, and they get him out first.
Wow. Okay.
Because Bobby Lashley looks like the tank.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they do like a Kevin Owens screwy thing with Logan Paul, which would be really funny. But I think Logan Paul comes in last because he's a celebrity.
Yeah.
And I think Bobby Lashley will be eliminated by then.
Okay.
Because they're gonna do a spot where they all circle Logan Paul in the pod when he comes out last, and it's gonna be great.
He's got to get his licks in.
Yeah. So I think Bobby Lashley gets eliminated first, and they surprise you.
All right. So Wade in our chat here is saying LA Knight's going to win, but he thinks KO gets out first. So all right. So who are the final 2? So you're picking Drew. Drew's in your final 2. Who's the other person that Drew goes up against?
I also got Randy Drew.
I do like Drew and Randy as the last 2.
Drew and Randy is a really good one.
Oh, I just figured it out. I think. Hold on, I'm typing this in so I don't have to fucking do it later. I think Logan Paul takes a mean RKO.
Oh yeah. Somehow into a stunner.
Like I feel like he's gonna get Claymore kicked, stunned, and RKO'd in the same moment.
Oh, that was my spot for Bobby though.
Maybe, I don't know. I honestly, for some reason, I don't see Bobby even like Bobby might not even make it into the chamber because he's got that beef with Paul Ellering and the Legion of Dead People. Not the Legion of Dead People.
Oh yeah, I already forgot that happened.
Yeah. With Carrion, yeah. Logan goes for a buckshot and gets Claymore. Actually, yes. Yeah. I want to do that.
That'd be pretty cool.
That would be absolutely amazing. For me, I mean, it does. I would love to see Seth and Randy again, just because we saw it at Mania like years ago with the greatest RKO of all time. Remember that in 31?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Going for the stomp.
Yeah, he lifted it up for the stomp. But you're right. The story here is Drew McIntyre. Drew has slipped his way back into a main event. He'll finally get a proper main event with Seth Rollins, which will be a massive toss-up for who wins that. So I am going to go with Drew as well. First person to get knocked out of the match. Ooh, let's see. I'm looking at this because you want to kind of create a shock factor. What if like I'm going to go for a wild card here. I think LA Knight gets eliminated first.
That'd be a real bummer.
But
people would be very mad.
That's how you give him heat. He gets eliminated.
They go LA Knight. No.
He gets eliminated by Logan Paul.
God, that would be good heat.
Yeah.
That's not a bad. I thought about doing that. I thought about taking that pick. I thought about going that way.
Yeah, I think you know. If
Pat Patterson were alive, I would have done it, but he's not.
If LA Knight's road is set, if they finally like hammer that in, if LA Knight's road is set already, and he is going to get that Mania like a night 1 opener or a night 2 opener, get him out first and get the person he's going to face to eliminate him, which I still think should be the Logan Paul. The final 2, it's going to be Drew and I don't want to say Drew and Randy, although Randy makes all the sense in the world. Ooh.
I think Drew and Logan would be really fun.
I'm gonna go Drew and Logan. I think they're gonna like. I think they might hype it up like Logan just gets really lucky a lot of the time in the match, and then Drew just beats him down at the end. Something like that. Yeah, because I can't see Kevin staying for that long. I can't see LA Knight staying for that long. It's between like Drew and Randy or Drew and Logan. But just for sake, I'm gonna say Drew and Logan are the final two.
It's a bold prediction.
It's a very bold prediction. It's probably an incorrect prediction. I'll tell you that right now, but a bold one nonetheless.
At least he didn't pick Bully Ray, all right?
It was an idea. It was an idea. All right, moving on. The women's Elimination Chamber match, which is actually a very intriguing one because all but two of these women have actually been in the chamber before. Becky Lynch, first time in the chamber. Bianca Belair won a chamber match. Tiffany Stratton, the next big thing in the women's division in WWE. She's freaking amazing. Literally, you get called up like 2 weeks ago, and now you're in the chamber. That's a lot of faith in somebody. Off the jump. Naomi, Raquel Rodriguez finally back from injury, and Liv Morgan was the only other woman I think in here in the chamber. The winner of this match obviously goes up against Mami or whoever the Women's World Heavyweight Champion is at the end of the chamber. So, Will, back to you. Who wins this whole thing?
Well, if you watch the press conference, they made it blatantly obvious it's going to be Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
With that incredible stare down they had, and the promos, and they did do the words.
Yeah.
Did they do a pull apart?
They did not do. It was just a stare down. It was
stare
not
down?
a pull apart. No.
No, I think Pierce came out and then split them apart.
Yeah, but it wasn't
a
it wasn't a.
Yeah, it wasn't a pull apart. Yeah. So yeah, this is the match. Like, Rhea Ripley hasn't had any credible challengers in a year. Like, really, she's had matches, she's defended, but no builds really, not much of a storyline. Nia Jax is going to be a good match. And I'm glad she's getting that spotlight, but Rhea's been waiting to do Becky and Rhea for the longest time. Mm-hmm. And Bianca and Rhea have like Randy Orton and Cena matches ahead of them. You're going to have enough of them. So it's time for Becky Lynch, and they're going to put on a hell of a show at WrestleMania. I'm surprised this is Becky's first chamber.
I kind of am too, to be honest with you, because I thought she had done one before, but she's never done one. I think every other one of the four horsewomen have done them except for Becky, and I don't know why that is. But also, the match at Mania writes itself. Mommy versus the Man. That's a t-shirt. That's an event t-shirt right there.
It is. It's great. Yeah.
Mommy versus Man, WrestleMania. It writes itself.
The sex jokes just write themselves.
Listen, Becky called Rhea a bottom during the press conference.
Yeah, and she just went, a power bomb.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
That's what she should have said.
I'm gonna go with Becky as well, because it's very undeniable that Becky's got to be the front runner. My second guess would have been Bianca, because like you said, Bianca and Rhea, they can run that match for forever and ever. But you don't need to. I think Bianca's onto something bigger, or something more like highlight worthy. Like I know Bianca's going to get a spotlight match at Mania, because they'd be stupid not to give her a spotlight match. Mm-hmm. Against who it's going to be will be very interesting.
Probably Jade.
I hope so. After that Rumble,
Bianca and Jade.
After that Rumble performance, I was like, give it to me now.
It's going to be Bianca and Jade, or it's going to be Nia and Jade. The question is, do you want Jade to win? If you want her to win, you put up against Nia. If you don't mind her losing and looking good, you put up against Bianca. If she goes against Bianca, Bianca wins.
Yeah.
Is Jade still green?
Yeah, but that'd be the shock of the century if she beat Bianca. Like that's a great upset story. It's a great upset story. Wade says Jade ends Bianca's streak. It could be. All right, so same question as before. Who's the first person eliminated from this match?
Oh man, probably Raquel.
Yeah, she was the last chance qualifier.
Yeah.
So she won a pretty. She won a.
Or Tiffany Stratton.
I think they keep Tiffany for a while. Tiffy's got crazy
she's
athleticism.
new.
They're gonna keep Tiffy because she had a crazy match with Becky in NXT. They did a crazy couple of matches. They did a great job together working. So I think they continue that. I think the odd person out is Raquel. At the one, how she gets out is gonna be interesting. But I think Raquel gets knocked out first.
Yeah, I do too. I'm glad Naomi's back.
Oh, that was like the best part of the Rumble for me. Her entrance.
Yeah,
You know, when Naomi came back at the Rumble, when like the lights went out and the strobe lights, I was like, oh my God, Dave's probably losing his mind right now. You know how much he loved Naomi.
I forgot how much he loved Naomi. Oh my God. That's just core memory unlocked.
He loved, all right, as I write this up, we all picked Raquel, by the way. Also, Kayfabe also picked Becky to win. We were in Orlando for Mania 33, which was supposed to be Taker's retirement match, which did not happen. And you know how at Accesses in the past, they have like the one-of-one stuff that are signed by the performers?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave bought a giant like Naomi one-of-one picture.
Of course he did.
On top of all, I remember us leaving with like trash bags of merchandise as we were young and just had money to blow.
Wasn't Dave dating that black chick at the time?
No, he wasn't. It was after.
It was after that?
It was after, yeah.
God. I gotta reach out to Dave again. If he's at Mania, I want to see him.
That'd be amazing.
I actually, because of 9 years, I made a LinkedIn post about Dave. I was like, it's time one of my unsung heroes gets his song. I just wrote a song for Dave. It was shout out to Dave. I miss Dave.
Shout out to Dave. That'd be great. All right, so with Becky probably being the winner, who faces Becky as the final two?
Oh man, probably Liv Morgan.
I was like, Becky and Bianca would be a great 1 and 2.
Becky and Bianca, it's too obvious though.
Yeah.
You need a surprise. I'm gonna go Liv Morgan because people love Liv Morgan still for whatever reason.
Listen, I saw the mugshot. I'd love her too.
I mean, she had a great mugshot.
Yeah, that mugshot was fantastic. I don't think it's Liv. I'm again gonna go for a wild card. So you said Becky and Liv?
Yeah.
Okay. Kayfabe said Becky and Bianca. I'm gonna go Becky and Tiffy, just because I've seen them work together. So I'm going to go with the shock factor there.
Okay.
Yeah. Becky and Tiffy. You said Becky and who? Oh, Liv.
Liv.
Yeah, you only live once, right? So there's that match. Next, there's only like 4 matches on this card, by the way. Probably for good reason, because we're all watching it at 5 a.m. Gotta get in and out. And who knows what they're probably going to put on last minute and all that. What I actually think is going to be the main event, and rightfully so, Rhea Ripley is going to defend the women's world title against Nia Jax. I think they're giving her the main. I think she gets the main event spot.
Oh, you know what?
So like I looked online when I was looking at the match card, and Rhea and Nia is the number 1 spot. Then everything after that.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think it makes sense.
Like, I mean, she came out on Raw, or not on, she was in like a little backstage interview saying that she hasn't wrestled in her own country in 7 years, and that's when she was on the Indies.
Yeah.
And like, she's, from what I recall, and just knowing the brief history, though, I don't think they've ever had like an Aussie world champion outside of Rhea. Of anybody of like Australian descent.
Mel Gibson.
No. So I think it makes sense that she main events this night. Like it works because like she's the attraction. She's the only like they didn't get Bronson Reed in the chamber, which I thought was weird.
Yeah, really weird.
Yeah, I thought
like you should have as many Aussies as you can on the show.
He's the only one. He's the only active
one.
Hell,
bring the Iconics back. Who gives a shit?
I don't know if because I know they both just had children, so I don't know if they're even like ring ready. I thought about that too. I was like, if the Iconics show up, that'd be absolutely amazing.
Yeah. It would be really funny. Doing what? I don't know, man. Those tag titles are useless.
just have them be them. Because like I always thought the Iconics were stupidly entertaining for no reason. They're like
They were stupid, all right.
they
Billy Kay is handing out resumes.
Billy Kay's single run was fantastic when she just joined every faction.
Yeah, I mean, if Bronson's, I'm just reading the chat. If Bronson's wife's about to pop, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh,
like,
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially if it's his first child.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that makes sense.
I'd be like, yeah, I'd be like, hey, Paul, let me miss my child be born.
Yeah.
And he's just like, okay.
I mean, that's the reason Gunther disappeared for like 2 weeks.
He got married.
Well, no, and he had a kid, yeah.
And then later on, he had the kid. Yeah, he had the kid later on.
The kid later on.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad WWE has parental leave.
Yeah,
you know, that's nice of them.
That's
nice
very
of them.
kind of them to do. Gotta love those new age policies. So yeah, it's good for him. No, I think Rhea's going to get a crazy pop. She's gonna lose. She's gonna not lose. She's gonna beat Nia. I think that's clearly obvious. She's gonna beat Nia. But I really hope that the inevitability of this match doesn't overshadow the performance I think Nia is going to be able to give. Because like they've been building Nia really well ever since she came back.
I agree.
Yeah.
I saw a post the other day of like Nia is just not giving it. Like they called her the Braun Strowman of the women's division, where she's like not even trying. And I was like, what? Are you sure? What program are you watching?
You're watching the same thing?
So I didn't watch Raw last week, but the Raw the week before.
Yeah.
When she was just like get that fake crying, I was like, she was just bad at it. Like, she wasn't good at it. It wasn't like she wasn't trying or she wasn't playing the character, but she wasn't believable. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I know what you're doing there, Nia. But I think her run's been very good. She did great in the Rumble. She put
Jade over.
What's her name? Jade over crazy.
Yeah.
Like her and Becky, this feud's been good. Her promos are good. Her matches are fine. She beat Becky, which is surprising.
Yeah.
So I think this is the best she's ever been by far.
Yeah, she's better at soaking up the crowd as a heel. Like remember when she got the babyface run after she beat Alexa Bliss, which is a great story. Like that story they did was fantastic. She floundered as a face. Yeah. Real badly.
She's very comfortable. She looks very comfortable on screen right now.
She does. And I wish her all the best. I love that they gave her the bonsai drop and called her the Annihilator. I was like, this is perfect.
Yeah, it's great. Everything about it is good.
This is absolutely perfect. And I think Rhea respects her enough that they're going to put on a fun match. Like a really, really fun match. It's going to be a main event worthy match, which I believe will be Nia's first PLE main event. And definitely Rhea's.
Yeah, it would be.
So I'm very excited for this. But I think LOL Rhea wins. Like I think it's very, very easy to call that Rhea's going to win this. And rightfully so. However, like you said earlier, this is technically Rhea's hometown. But I do not think WWE's that batshit insane.
The only way Rhea Ripley loses this belt is if Damian Priest cashes in on her. That is the only way she would lose this belt. And he goes, it's my yard now. This holds up her belt. And then the Damian Priest like dancing thing he used to do.
Can you
the flailing?
Can you imagine that? He's like 6'8". Can you imagine that guy like moshing at a concert?
No, no. I'd leave.
It's so dangerous.
I would find the nearest country music star and just go to their concert instead and be like, "Wow, this is way better."
Oh, you mean Beyonce?
Yes, Beyonce. Okay. Can we talk about the in the post show the Beyonce like that Oklahoma radio station
that refused to play her?
No, they didn't know. We'll talk about in the post show because this is a misunderstanding.
Oh my God, Beyonce dominating country music to the
smart. Yeah. What she's doing is very smart, and her actually reasoning for doing the album, I think, is actually very, very, very smart and intelligent and good marketing.
Yeah.
So, the post show, we'll talk
Super
about
Bowl commercial was fantastic. She's like, "Oh, you broke the internet again? Well, watch what I do next." God damn it, Beyonce.
Yeah, for real. And her movie was great.
God damn, but yeah, LOL Rhea wins. A much deserved main event for her. It's going to be a pretty awesome time. She's probably going to get some crazy pyro. That's an open air stadium too. That power is going to be nuts for her. And I can't wait for that. Last but not least, a surprising yet very exciting tag team championship match. You're going to have Judgment Day, Priest and Balor versus essentially British strong style. They just haven't called him that yet. Tyler Bate and yes, Will Pete Dunne to go up for the tag titles. I know. It was about time.
I love how Michael Cole still called him Butch on Raw the next week.
Did he really?
He's like, on this SmackDown, it's gonna be Butch and Tyler Bate versus DIY, and I think it was McAfee goes by Pete Dunne now. Got his name back, Cole.
So Fretzelmania in our chat is reporting that New Catch Republic is the tag team name apparently, which
yuck.
I like it a little too long.
NCR was this Fallout New Vegas, the NCR, New California Republic.
I don't know. I mean, I liked it because I guess I didn't want to be British strong style without Trent. New Catch Republic, I guess, cool, but they're not really
I don't get it.
Catch can wrestling.
Yeah.
That I think that's what it comes from.
They should just call them the Grizzled Young Veterans.
Because WWE owns the name, so they can just.
I mean, and honestly, dude, they're both like 28 years old, but they're veterans.
Yeah.
They've been in this company forever, and they're both jaded about it. So they're grizzled about it. They're both grizzled young veterans. The name makes way more sense.
That's amazing, absolutely amazing. That would be absolutely freaking fantastic. Kayfabe selecting, which was pretty obvious, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate winning this. I kind of think if there is a title change in this card, it's going to be this one. And I think because of a trend of what they've been doing with R-Truth and making him like the hottest guy in wrestling next to Cody Rhodes, like
it is really funny. R-Truth is this honor dude. Dude.
So they did
Dominic Mysterio.
They did an 8-man tag. Okay. They did an 8-man tag of Awesome Truth and DIY, which R-Truth calls DX. Okay.
I know he calls it DX.
Versus the actual members of Judgment Day. When R-Truth got the hot tag, the place exploded. He did the 5 moves of doom, and they acted like it was John Cena.
So funny, dude. I don't know how he does it, but
did you see what they did with R-Truth last night or on Monday?
No.
So they had Jackie Redmond. They did like a 2020 like video special on him with like dramatic music in the background.
Like when he did his Judgment Day origin a few weeks ago.
So then they had R-Truth and Jackie Redmond like walking down the street like a 2020 interview. And R-Truth is just riffing right now. And then he goes, this must have been what it felt like when Genuine made the song Pony. in the middle of the interview.
I want to know who his agent is.
And oh my god. So I think this is all trend because they keep beating the crap out of R-Truth. I don't know how he keeps on getting as hot as a babyface. He's like older than everybody in WWE. So here's what I think, and this is going to be my bonus question and my selection. I'm going to go with kayfabe here. I think R-Truth interferes and costs them the title, and I think you get I think Bate and Dunne holding those titles can do much more than what the Judgment Day has done with those titles. Because I think you're going to start to create a rift in the Judgment Day, and they got to get some of those titles off of their hands. And I think Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne do more with those titles. And you also have R-Truth, interfering and costing them the win.
I think it's very possible.
Yeah,
I think it's very, very possible, especially because Finn's deal expires like right after or shortly after Mania.
Oh yeah.
And Damian has that Money in the Bank briefcase, so you need to get these titles off of them sooner rather than later. I assume Finn's re-signing, not a doubt about it in my mind.
Yeah.
But Damian still has that briefcase, and he needs to cash it in.
He needs to do
soon.
something with that shit.
Yeah. So if there is time to do it, now is probably the time. That being said, I'm gonna hold off. I think Priest and Finn retain.
Do you think they drop at a bigger moment, like WrestleMania?
They probably drop it at Mania. Yeah.
Okay, so Priest and Finn retain. Okay. Does R-Truth get involved?
Yes.
All right. That is literally all the matches on the card for Judgment Day. Not for Judgment Day, for Elimination Chamber. They have Judgment Day colors for this PLE. But the other thing that's happening, the other Aussie that's going to be highlighted, they have the Grayson Waller effect. It's essentially the Australian Roddy Piper. And he's going to have Cody and Seth on the Grayson Waller effect show at Elimination Chamber. So big question is, what the hell happens here? Does anything actually get done? Or is this much ado about nothing?
I mean, if Rock and Roman showed up,
it's not happening. Rock and Roman is not showing up. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You never know. What the fuck else are they gonna do? These two aren't in a match together. So, who? I don't know.
So Sep's like, I'm gonna be your shield, which was like cute, whatever. Whoever wrote that,
Muffin.
While like, because they've been messing with they mess with Cody's match. Like Cody and Drew put on a banger of an opening match for Raw. Like they opened up Raw with Cody and Drew in a singles match.
Yeah,
and it was absolutely buck wild. And then Jey Uso, they did the WrestleMania 39 finish. Jay came in to distract the ref, and then Solo came in a black hoodie and gave Cody the Samoan spike. And Drew beat him with a Claymore. So the whole thing now is they're just going to terrorize. They're going to terrorize Cody. So, like, it would make sense if they showed up. They're not advertised for the event at all.
Yeah. This Hulk Hogan comes out.
In Australia.
I am a real Australian.
I will say of all the like people's social media accounts, Grayson Waller is absolutely hysterical. He took a picture of him on his flight back to Australia. He goes, "I'm halfway through this book and I'm closer to finishing this story than Cody is."
Ooh. That's good.
So, like, I mean, do we get kind of a romantic argument with Cody and Seth, where Cody accepts his help, or what? Like, here's the thing: does this lead to a tag match at Mania?
I hope not. I don't care what the tag match.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need everyone wrestling on 2 nights of WrestleMania. Like, I just don't need it.
You're 2 nights for a reason. And you don't need to injure Seth more than what he already is.
Yeah, it's like, dude, this story right here doesn't need Seth.
No,
like at all. In fact, it has nothing to do with Seth. As much as he wants it to be, it doesn't.
Seth's just trying to stay relevant as long as he can.
This is why are you still here? Go home.
Stay on Raw and just fight there. Fight your Drew.
Yeah, dude. Stupid.
It is gonna be a weird Seth is fetch. Stop it, Wade. Stop it so much. But this is gonna be an interesting segment because this is gonna tell you a lot about what they're gonna do going into Mania. And that, folks, is all of Elimination Chamber. 4 matches, 1 talk show, probably a lot of promotional video package and all that stuff just to waste time and to try to keep you awake at 5 a.m. on the East Coast, 2 a.m. on the West Coast for this event. So final chamber, or final PLE leading into Mania, because then after that it'll be like 30 days or less than 30 days. Or getting close to that point, till WrestleMania in Philadelphia. So, Mr. Tarashak, how many crowns would you give this? Crown this. 1 being the worst, 10 being the best show in the world.
I'll get a strong 7.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I don't expect much from this. Chambers, I mean, when you have a gimmick, this is like the last of the gimmick pay-per-views that they do.
Yeah,
it's like the only one that's left. Because I don't count Royal Rumble as a gimmick pay-per-view, which I guess it is technically. You can argue that. But this is like this all hinders on the Elimination Chamber event and the matches, and they're gonna be good. I think they're both gonna be good. I think the men's are gonna outshine the women just by a little bit. But I don't expect crazy movement out of this event at all. So I'm gonna go 7.5. I think it's gonna be a good average pay-per-view. I feel like a lot of it depends on number one, the chamber, and number two, how crazy about Aussie crowd is gonna be.
Yeah, the crowd's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I mean they're in a you've seen that stadium. That stadium's huge.
It's a soccer stadium or a rugby stadium,
something like that. It's massive.
Yeah,
it is.
Dude, you know much the Daytona 500? You mean that stadium seats?
It's huge. They've held like they held a football game in the infield, like a college football game.
Yeah, it sits like over 100,000 people.
Yeah, it's a huge place.
It's fucking for NASCAR.
Yeah,
it's fucking nuts in the middle of Florida. It's Central Florida, dude. Like what?
It's huge. Absolutely
nuts.
Huge.
Absolutely nuts.
No, it is. NASCAR is a nutso concept in and of itself.
I just forget how popular NASCAR is.
It is.
Like I honestly forget that NASCAR is like an actual sport.
Yeah. I mean, I guess at this point in my life, I'm more privy to F1. So,
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, same thing. I mean, very different.
Yeah.
Same sport.
Yeah. I mean, I know F1 people who like look down on NASCAR.
I mean, I get it because F1 is it's cooler. It's not just a circle.
Yeah. But there is a difficulty to NASCAR. Like the physics of like driving in a car like that is kind of nuts.
Yeah. You know how strong your forearms need to be?
Yeah, to hold the wheel.
Yeah. They're ripped. NASCAR drivers are swole.
You don't, there are no heavy set NASCAR drivers for a reason.
Yeah. They all drink milk for a reason as well.
Yeah, just to like hydrate. Like, so the thing with I know we're on a wrestling podcast, but I got to talk about this because I played on like Forza games and whatnot, and and you can play on like the Daytona 500. You know what makes it really freaking hard? The turns are at like a 45-degree angle, and you're going 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, you got
physics is not in your favor when that happens.
Yeah, you gotta really slow down. It's no.
Yeah, it's not that they're running in a circle. They're running in a circle on an angle, and when you're going that fast, you literally, if you don't control it, you will crash into the wall every time.
Yeah.
I think it's called centrifugal force. I don't know. I never took physics, but I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express one night. So there's that. But alas, folks, Elimination Chamber happening this Saturday freaking morning. I can't believe I'm actually going to try this out and see if I actually survive. I got to remember I'm in my mid-30s, but be it as it may, that concludes our show this week. Again, I told you it's going to be short. We're just going through Elimination Chamber, some Hollywood Rock, some WWE World. And I mean, that's pretty much it. When we come back next week, we're going to talk about, I'm going to give you guys a little preview. Next week is a company that we all really like to actually, you and your wife have pancakes on deck. Wade, I will be down in Florida for that if you're going to have pancakes for Elimination Chamber. Next week, we're going to come back on Tuesday. Again, we're going to do another preview of AEW Revolution. You know, that other wrestling promotion that people sometimes talk about now. But AEW Revolution is very significant for maybe one big thing. It is potentially, and more than likely, hopefully more than likely, the last match in the career of Sting. So we're going to do a lot of commentary about Sting and his career, and the fact that they made him a tag team champion with Darby Allin right before this event, only to drop to the fucking Young Bucks. That's the story right now.
Yep.
So it's going to be a lot of Sting retrospect. It's going to be a lot of AEW Revolution. They do have a potentially great triple threat for AEW World Title as well. We're going to review that card, but again, we're going to talk a lot about Sting. It's going to be a pretty fun show, I think, because I've met Sting. Will, I think you met Sting as well, the same WrestleMania, right?
Yes. Yeah. Very briefly.
Yeah. Steve's great because he wasn't Sting. He was Steve that time. But Steve's awesome. So we're going to talk about that. Like Sting, again, one of the most iconic characters in the history of all of pro wrestling for all the right reasons, and almost a member of the NWO, the original NWO, until creative control, brother, and all of that stuff. So be on the lookout for that next week. But with that being said, ready to get the show on the road? Yeah, you are. Hit that music. If you can find it. There it is.
I
Damn, I just want to make sure. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 368, our first ever Chamber Danger show, which I'm really upset it took us, 9 years to get Chamber Danger? Way too long. Anyway, the first of many Chamber Dangers for as long as we do this podcast. I'm your host, King Ricky Rose. You can find me at Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets, BIGZ Ambassador Biggs. Will is very happy about that because I'm finally back on all of that social media. Find Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR_podcast across all social media outlets. Like, share, subscribe, leave us 5-star reviews. Links to all of that are in the descriptions below. We are a member of Wrestle Addict Radio, the cure for the common wrestling podcast. Find Wrestle Addict Radio socials at addict_wrestle on Twitter and at Wrestle Addict Radio, all one word, everywhere else. Will Tarashuk.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Will Tarashuk. It's T as in Thomas, ARASH. UK. Yeah, all my sets. I love spelling my name like that. Yeah, it's been a wild ride. I'm excited for the show. I'm excited. Wrestling is hot again. Wrestling is very hot again, and I can't wait to go on to WrestleMania. I need another vacation, even though I just got back from one. So that was fun. Ricky, I gotta tell you all about Harry Potter World and Universal because that's where we were last
all
week.
All the things I know nothing about, which I should if you've seen my dating history.
Everyone stay tuned for the post show. But yeah, Ricky, next week's gonna be fun. Talking all about Sting and Steve Borden and why Joker Sting's the best Sting.
Oh, that's gonna be a good conversation. That is going to be a very, very good conversation. Yeah, folks. When we come back next week, we're going to talk about Sting, AEW Revolution. Hopefully, Kayfabe is feeling better, and they will be back as well, because I would love to see Kayfabe's take on Sting as well. So if you're watching us right now live, stick around for the post show. If not, be like Slack and just, fuck you, Slack. So goodbye, good night. We'll see you soon. We really need to find a way to get Slack on, or maybe not. We'll figure it out. Anywho, fuck you, Slack. We'll see you later. All right. I am upset. I know Wade is not going to be at Mania this year, and I always love running into Wade, but he's not going to be there, which kind of sucks.
It's a bummer.
Well, I guess they had to choose between Rumble and Mania, and they already live in Florida, so Rumble was easier for them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But shout out to Wade and his wife Jess. Met his wife at Mania in Dallas. Wonderful, wonderful woman. Did I tell you how I ran into Wade, like almost literally at Access?
You might have.
So like we had to do some running around. And we had to do some running around because the person I was with, they had a camera, and they were being really strict about cameras and whatnot with like attachments and shit. So we had to run around, find a place to store, blah, blah, blah. So now I'm kind of like pissy because like we had to do all this bullshit running around. We got to run around for a bunch of people. We finally get in there, and like I literally am like, we finally get in, I'm looking at someone, I turn to my left, and I literally almost walk into Wade. I go, oh shit, Wade. Mood changed immediately. Yeah, mood changed immediately. But no, Wade is awesome. Again, I'm gonna miss Wade being in Philly because he is always a fun time to hang out with. Wade is also one of the best people I've ever met in wrestling, and very glad I was able to work Wade that one time at Evolve. Remember that? He gave you the.
Oh, we worked Wade. Excuse you.
He gave you the meanest stink eye ever.
Oh, it's great.
All right, so tell me about what'd you do at Universal? I know you showed me the Brazilian steakhouse, which I'm considering a lot.
The Brazilian steakhouse was fucking awesome. So, let's start at the beginning. So we left last Saturday for Miami. I had a conference for work.
Then you drove up to Orlando?
No, we flew. It was great. It's a 4-hour drive. It's a 4-hour
It's
drive.
not a bad
from
drive.
Miami to Orlando. Yeah, but only on vacation. It was like an $80 flight. So we said, "Fuck it."
Oh, okay. I was gonna say you can go
Delta
like
basic
70. You
on-
can go like 75 on Florida Street or Florida roads.
Yeah. So we were at the Fontainebleau for
Jesus
Miami from Saturday to Tuesday and left on
Did
Wednesday.
you hit up Mario or not?
No,
You always forget.
I always forget. He said, "Dude, I'm like all around the place too. Like, what does he do there?"
I think he's a bartender.
Bartender, dude. I was at all the bars. I didn't see it. See, the thing is, I've been in the same hotel for the past 3 years.
Yeah.
And I pretty much remember all the bartenders.
Mhm.
Not Mario. Mario's a very memorable person.
Of course he is. Yeah, Mario's great.
So anyway, so that's fun, right? Because it's work, but it's also fun because Jazz there, our Super Bowl is there. My boss is dope. Like they took us to another nice steakhouse. So
Yeah.
whatever. We leave for Orlando on Wednesday morning, Valentine's Day, and it's like, dude, the place we stayed at, it was like a '90s commercial. It's like a '90s Taco Bell. It was like the interior. You know, like I mean, as a compliment, like like
I remember the '90s Taco Bell interior,
like the flooring and like the booths with that blue color, the purples.
Yeah.
So it was like that for like their main dining hall and like those colors.
What was the name of the
aesthetic.
hotel?
I forget. The Cabana Bay. Bay. But it was nice. It was a nice place. Like the room viewed the pool, lazy river, 2 pools, 2 hot tubs.
That's true.
Food was okay because it was like a place for kids, really. So it was a hotel made for families as opposed to the other adult one, which is like 3 times more expensive.
Yeah.
So it was fun. We went to Universal. We did a full day in Universal. So with the staying at the hotel, we got to get in an hour before the park opened.
Okay.
So, and Harry Potter World opens an hour before everything else. We started our day like 8 o'clock at Harry Potter World, and it's fucking awesome. Like it is.
Because there's 2 of them, right? There's Diagon Alley and there's something else.
It's Diagon Alley, and then there's Hogsmeade in the castle.
Yeah.
So you just turn the corner, and you're just in. You see the Hogwarts Express, and you're in Hogsmeade, and it's wild. Butterbeer is amazing. The castle is huge, and they have like a submersive ride.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like just, you stay in a chair, but it kind of swings around and up and down and round and around.
Yeah.
But you got to walk through the castle, like the entire castle to get to the room requirement where the ride starts.
Nice.
And it brings down to the bottom. So the castle is huge. You walk through like the herbology like greenhouse. You walk through the dungeons. You walk up the stairs. The paintings talk. Like Harry and Ron and Hermione are like behind the invisibility cloak and they come out of it in the Dark Defense Against the Dark Arts room. You go through Dumbledore's office. It's just, dude, it's just so wild. We bought a wand.
What type of wand?
I forget the wood, but we couldn't fit in our bags. It's getting mailed to us.
Nice.
The robes were $140, and I was like, get the fuck out
of
here.
For a robe?
For one of the robes, like the house robes.
I would say, so as long as it wasn't like a generic robe, it was a specific house, right?
No, it's the house robe.
Okay.
It was the house robe.
Okay.
And I was like, no, I don't think so. But I did get a wand, and that was dope. We went over to Diagon Alley.
Isn't there a Harry Potter like store in Times Square?
There might be. I wouldn't be surprised.
I want to say there is. I knew there was like a Harry Potter experience as well, but I think that was a limited time thing.
But we don't really do like I don't do roller coasters. She'll do roller coasters, but I don't do roller coasters. Why not? They just freak. I don't like falling.
I mean, not many people like falling, but I get it.
Yeah, it's the sensation. It's the sensation of falling.
Yeah, you're
even just the speeds. I don't like the high speeds.
Okay, fair enough.
But there's plenty of other things to do. The food was great. We had lunch in Springfield, like the Simpsons world.
Nice.
So I had a flaming Moe, ate a Krusty burger.
And how was a Krusty burger?
The crust, it's just a burger. It's just a cheeseburger.
I want to know if it was like special. I guess not.
They're Duff beer.
Nice.
Like actual beer.
I was gonna say, was it real beer?
It was real beer. It was a lager or a pilsner, where you can take your pick, Duff or Duff Light.
Nice.
So it was dope. I took a lot of pictures. Universal's a really fun place. They had like these shows. So there was one show where it was like art and makeup.
Okay.
And these 2 ladies were just fucking hilarious. They were so funny together. So it was like 25-minute show. There was another show where it was like the Born like stunt made 'em or something.
Okay.
So it was like, the Jason Bourne movies, like there's pretty much stunt movies, it's fighting and shit.
Yeah.
So they do that on a stage, and the fighting, it's like it's just stunt fighters on the stage fighting while the scenes are moving, and like it's like this giant screen, like the set pieces coming in. and they have to act and fight and act off the giant screen.
Oh wow, okay.
And it was, dude, it's like such a high level production. It was like the WWE production. It was really cool.
That's awesome.
So it was just wild how they did it, because like the stage moves and the screens move, and they bring like a fucking car on the stage.
That's
and like
awesome.
while he's fighting people in the Middle East, it was hard to explain. It was just wild.
Yeah.
So Universal was a crazy place. Jurassic World is fun. All the dinosaurs. Comic book world is really fun.
I didn't know they had a comic book world.
It's like all those like they superheroes. Amazing Spider-Man has a ride.
Oh, you're talking about Islands of Adventure. So you're like Marvel Island.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Islands of Adventure. Yeah, Marvel Island. Exactly.
Marvel Island. Yeah.
And they're making Dark Universe for 2025.
Yeah, I saw Dark Universe. Yeah.
Which sounds sick. It's rumored it's going to be a like Lord of the Rings world.
I forgot they announced Dark Universe.
Yeah, they announced it. I think it's 2025. They're currently building it.
Yeah, because there's a third Harry Potter world going in
there. Yeah. So that was dope. Universal was dope. The next day we went to Disney Springs, which is like their giant mall.
Oh yeah.
So because it's free. It's on Disney. It's technically on Disney Park. But anyone can get in for free. And they have like all the Disney stores, food. There's a little amphitheater there where some high school concert band was playing, so that was cool. And they have like malls, like a Skechers or whatever the fuck. Like
you were on City Walk, right?
City Walk?
It's like the little center. It's like the area before you go into one of the parks.
Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm. So like around there, yeah. A shuttle from the resort to the parks.
Oh, it's not. It's Epic Universe, not Dark Universe.
Is it Epic Universe? I thought I'm not Dark Universe. Yeah, Epic Universe.
It's Epic Universe. So
whatever the fuck it is, it's gonna be
Epic Universe is going to have. It's going to have Harry Potter's Ministry of Magic.
Yes.
Super Nintendo World, How to Train Your Dragon, and Celestial Park. So that's what it's going to be.
What's Celestial Park?
It's going to be like I guess like the main hub. It's going to be like a...
Oh.
Like the renderings for this look absolutely wild. So Ministry of Magic is going to be from 1920s Paris to the 1990s British Ministry. Explore international wizarding communities and the magic that connects them in Wizarding World of Harry Potter and Ministry of Magic.
So it's probably gonna be more like what's the Fantastic Beasts era of Harry Potter?
Something like that. Oh, Dark Universe is a part of Epic Universe.
Okay, I'm not crazy.
Yeah, the way that they have it set up is like it's going to be like these immersive things. Like Celestial Park, I think is going to be the center, and then there's going to be like it's going to be like you're going through like a portal to all these different places.
That's cool. Because yeah, you can take the Hogwarts Express from park to park.
Did you take the Hogwarts Express?
Of course, it was awesome. So I was it was awesome, but I was a little disappointed because I thought it was gonna be like
more interactive.
Not even the train, but I wanted the train. I wanted to see the rest of the park in the train.
Oh,
I thought it was
okay.
Open air, but no, it takes you through a tunnel, and like you're looking at a screen
of random stuff going on.
Yeah, like George and Feather flying, and the Whomping Willow or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's actually stuff like that. I thought it was being more like open air and seeing the whole park.
That makes sense.
But it was pretty cool. They treat it like a ride. They tell you not to stand up.
Yeah.
Like they have like Harry and Ron like walk outside the door, and you can see their shadows and they're talking.
Mm-hmm.
So it was still cool, but Hogwarts Express was not what I thought it was going to be, but still really cool. And a good way to get from park to park, because it brings you from Hogsmeade straight into Platform 9 3/4 and straight into Diagon Alley.
Nice. No, that's awesome. All right, so tell me about this Oklahoma radio station at Beyonce. What the fuck happened?
Oh, that. So Beyonce's song, single came out a few weeks ago,
Texas,
right? The country
Texas
song.
Hold'em, yeah.
Yeah. So someone called into the radio emailed the radio station. It was like, hey, can you play Beyonce? And the radio station emailed them back. I was like, hey, sorry, we're a country radio station. We don't play Beyonce.
Oh yeah, I heard about this. Yeah.
Right. And there was like, oh, everyone jumped to the conclusions like, oh, this is racism.
Mm-hmm.
And they responded to like, hey, we're a small radio station. Like we play Beyonce on our other stations. Like it's something that's Beyonce, but she's not typically a country star. And at that time, the song hadn't risen up the charts yet.
I think it came out the day after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, probably. So like it just wasn't big enough on the charts, the country charts, national charts, for the local station to pick it up.
Now you can't stop hearing it.
Yeah, they didn't even have the song like available to play in their radio station because it wasn't big enough in the country charts yet.
It hadn't moved. It hadn't made its way around.
Yeah, exactly. So it was just anger baiting because someone tweeted, it's like, oh, this racist radio station. It's like, well, no, just give it a second. Give it a second.
The song hasn't been out for that long.
Yeah, I haven't heard it. I mean, Jazz loves Beyonce, but I haven't heard it.
It's not that bad. Like it sounds like a country song. Like it's just listen. Beyonce essentially is pretty much dominating every genre of music whenever she wants to.
Yeah, and she responded, or people responded, like Black country stars responded, saying how hard it is for Black people to like push through the country industry. Which
it's true.
Which it's true.
Yeah.
It's a hard. It's because it's tradition. Well, not even traditionally. Historically, it's surprise, comes from Black people.
Yeah.
Country music, which is why Beyonce is making the record. She's like, I want to bring it back to the roots and like rejuvenate Black people in country music, which is fucking awesome. Like, right?
Yeah.
Like, why not?
I think her plan is like do just albums in different genres for the rest of her career.
That's what Bob Dylan did. That's what you gotta stay fresh.
Bob Dylan never rapped though.
Thank God. But he did say the N-word in one of his songs.
Did he really?
Hurricane.
I don't really listen to Bob Dylan, so I wouldn't know.
So
you mean about the boxer for Hurricane?
Boxer.
Yeah.
Yes. So he wrote an 8-minute ballad on Hurricane.
What?
He's like, here comes the story of Hurricane, and it's just so.
Because I know that was a Denzel movie too.
Yes, I saw the movie. The movie's incredible.
Yeah.
So I forget the actual lyric, but he's referring to Hurricane. He's like, they called him a something N-word.
Oh, okay.
So there's context behind it, but yeah, Bob Dylan's the only white person who can get away with saying the N-word in a song.
Oh yeah. Now I have Beyonce's Texas Hold'em stuck in my head.
I think good for her. Good for her.
Might as well. Gotta get me to listen to country music somehow. Outside of Little Nas X, which was just like that was the publicity stunt of a country song. But hysterical because that song is like had the longest reign as the Billboard #1 in like history. Old Town Road.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, a gay Black guy became the top of the country charts. And people are mad.
With Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yeah. Out of nowhere.
And he's gay.
Yeah. Out of nowhere.
Just like, wow.
Yeah. It was a great song too. I couldn't get
It's a great song, but here's the thing. It's not really a country song.
It's pretty country from what I remember.
It's just Billy Ray going, I take my old damn horse. Like he's very country. Lil Nas X is like, I got horses and it's like, you're not country at all. It's just Billy Ray. It's all the country in that song. So I don't really consider it a country song. It's a rap song.
It was so good.
It's more hip hop than it is country.
Actually, I think it was just generically pop. Like it broke that pop.
It is very pop.
It just broke the pop threshold. That's pretty much what happened to it. It broke the pop threshold, and that's what it was. Oh my god! So someone I think on Twitter, because you know how DIY has these new shirts that says DIY and it goes down. So someone redid it since Archer's been calling DIY DX. And instead of the Y, they spray painted it out with a green X, so it says Dicks.
Dicks.
So Johnny Gargano reposed it, goes, I don't think we can do this. Oh man, I don't know how Archer continues to come up with this stuff at all. Oh, is this actually legitimately going to happen? Wow, listen to this, Will. Are you listening?
Yeah.
Look at Deadline just reported a couple hours ago. Disney reaches licensing deal with Sony Pictures for home entertainment for DVD and Blu-ray releases of new and catalog titles.
They're bringing DVDs back?
No, Disney's outsourcing their DVDs to Sony Pictures Home Entertainment.
That's funny.
says Disney reached a licensing deal with Sony, under which the latter's home entertainment division will handle all Disney releases on DVD and Blu-ray, as well as physical media production, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. That's what happens when you're Disney. You own like half of everything. Oh my god.
Ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. I'm seeing what other stuff. All right, let's do an Am I the Asshole, because I've read enough about the Fantastic Four in the last week. I haven't done a good Am I the Asshole in a while.
It has been a while.
Yeah, let me see what we got. Sony has the keys to the Disney vault. Sony's getting Disney and Starfield. Fred, you're on a roll tonight. What, you were cleaning your store? You've been commenting this entire stream.
As he does.
Nintendo World does sound dope. I know it's a really big hit in California.
Oh yeah, we had free day passes for Universal too, so the actual getting in the park itself was free.
Nice.
But everything and Jazz had an additional discount, so we had like a 10-20% discount on everything as well.
That's awesome,
dude. We saved like $100 through discounts alone.
That's amazing.
And like the hotel was discounted as well.
Okay.
So it was an employee benefit. It was fucking
beautiful, right?
Dope as shit. Yeah, it was a great way to spend my 29th birthday.
Yeah, man. And you're gonna start losing your flexibility in a year from now.
That's fine, as long as I keep my hair.
Interesting. All right. Nothing's really catching my eye here. Hold on. No, that's what we've done that one more. No, that one's too obvious. Oh. No, that's just petty stuff. Oh, well, we know Fretch is turning 40 in 2 months and 3 days, like anybody's counting. Let's see what we got here. No, that one's just petty. Might be asshole for not answering the door. Probably. Oh, Jesus. These people are like... some of these things are vicious. Wow. Let me see. Am I the asshole for wanting my car back? Oh, all right. This is interesting. Okay. Finally found one that I think we haven't done before. Am I the asshole for insulting my brother-in-law and his friend after I was set up on a blind date?
Oh, God. Oh, yes. Please. I need so many details.
Okay. I, 26 female, haven't been in a romantic relationship for years since my last one ended. Finding a partner isn't much of a concern for me, and I honestly enjoy being on my own. Preach. But the rest of
yeah, that's a modern age woman right there for you.
But the rest of my family thinks otherwise, especially my brother-in-law, who has taken it upon himself to set me up. He is the kind of person who believes that marriage should be above anything else in life, and I'm wasting mine away. Oh boy!
No. Next thing you tell me is Catholic.
He has tried to introduce me to multiple people. Some I've entertained, while others I politely refuse to meet. Those whom I've met were decent people, and they have taken the rejection well. The only issue here is that I don't want to be with someone. But my brother-in-law doesn't find my reason genuine enough, and he is still on the, quote, "you haven't met the right one" shtick. The routinely blind date happened again, only this time I wasn't told that it was one. As frustrating as my brother-in-law's matchmaking hobby can be, he does usually ask for my consent or at least tell me, surprise, you're going on a date, but this was different. What the hell happened then? They invited us both sides of the family to dinner, and it wasn't a formal family only occasion. So when he introduced his friend, I didn't think much of it. He seemed like a cool guy, and it was fun meeting him. Then I noticed that his conversations with me were getting a bit too personal, and I had a mild suspicion that I might be on a date, but I wasn't certain of
I had
it.
a mild suspicion I might be on a date.
Until well into the night, the guy mentions how he also prefers to develop friendships with someone before making a romantic commitment. Also, further into the conversation, I learned that I'm being tricked into forming a friendship that will eventually turn into a romantic one. It was my brother-in-law's plan to get me to test the water. Wow. I told him that it was such a weird thing for him to do, and I called him bizarre for it. That basically ended our conversation and the night. I confronted my sister and brother-in-law, and while my sister had no idea about what had happened, she's probably lying. Brother-in-law thinks that I should have just brother-in-law thinks that I should have just given him a chance, and we did get along. So I shouldn't make a big deal out of it. It doesn't end here. Friend is angry.
Oh, please go on.
The friend is angry at the brother-in-law because of that horrible quote date. And now my brother-in-law wants an apology for insulting his good intentions and also for name-calling his friend. She called him bizarre.
Oh,
God. So she wants...
pussy. You can't handle it being called bizarre. Oh, your feelings hurt. Try a blind date. My son exchange might make you feel better.
I don't think she's the asshole here. Like, she's clearly said, hey, I don't want to date anybody.
What did she do?
Nothing.
What is she the asshole for? What did she do?
She said, because the guy said, oh, he likes his friendship. He likes to develop friendships before taking a shot at making it a romantic relationship. And as she figured out that,
Wait. So she was rude to the date?
She said, I told him that was such a weird thing for him to do, and I called him bizarre for it.
Well, I mean, no, that just makes you a nice guy.
Yeah.
I guess. Like, yeah, dude, I mean, I guess you're an asshole for taking it out on the blind date person, like the person you went on the date with, but
she didn't know she was on a date.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess you called someone bizarre?
Yeah.
Okay, I've been called worse on well, maybe not on a first date.
Yeah.
I don't think I've been called worse on a first date, but
here's the thing: it was a co-family event, and he's like, and your brother-in-law's like, oh hey, this is my friend so and so. I'm not suspecting shit either. I'm like, okay, here you're here with the family. How do you know the family? Blah blah blah. You get to talking.
Yeah.
And he starts. Oh,
it's like, dude. I mean, maybe just try to tell him like, hey man, I don't want to be set up on dates at all. I'm totally cool being single.
Yeah. Well, I
mean, God bless you. God bless you being single.
Well, she said that multiple times, but he doesn't get the hint. He's like, oh, you haven't found the right one yet. So, like, maybe he's also just a shit matchmaker.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. Everyone's gonna be a shit matchmaker if you don't want to be made.
It's very true. I mean, I'm pretty undefeated in my matchmaking abilities. Just telling you right now, I put two people together and then I ended up marrying them. So I did pretty well for myself. By the way, that got a really good applause when I did that story at the wedding.
Amazing.
Because
yeah, girl, you're not an asshole.
Yeah.
You just
know what you want.
You're just a 26-year-old woman.
Yeah.
Like, join the club.
Wait. All right. So Fred said, I can tell you a story about Bible college. Fred's with the Bible college. Bible college friends trying to set me up on a quote evalu date, but the girls all got into relationships before anything got set up. I was already friends with them too. So, Fred, I need you to explain to me the concept of a quote evalu date, because that sounds to me like first date. Like it really does to me. As I evalu date, that is a new one.
Evalu date.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
I don't like it either.
It's like, what were you talking about at work?
Let me see. I do. Wow. Interesting concept. Oh, okay. You ready for this one?
Yep.
Am I the asshole for not sleeping at the hospital with my wife? So here we go. My pregnant wife has gestational diabetes and is still a few months away from giving birth. The doctors put her on insulin, but it wasn't working and her blood sugar levels were still high. She called the doctor and was recommended she go to the hospital. She decided to drive herself to the hospital because I was at work. In fact, I was in a meeting and didn't know what was going on until after my meeting ended. When she got to the hospital, they confirmed that everything was fine with her and the baby, well, fine with her and the baby, but they wanted to admit her to get her sugar levels under control. At work that day, I received news that I was getting a promotion, and I wanted to celebrate by having a few drinks at home with my buddy. I am always with my wife when not working. I only hang out at home with a friend about once a month. I figured with everything being fine, it would actually be a good time to hang out because she wouldn't feel as left out as she is unable to drink currently. However, I didn't feel comfortable doing that without talking to my wife about it first. After work, I packed some things for my wife, stopped at the store to pick her up some stuff she wanted, and drove to the hospital to see her. She assured me that her and the baby are fine, but that she was getting bored being there. Eventually, I told her about my promotion and asked her if she minds if I drink at home with my buddy instead of sleeping there with her. She said she was okay with it, so I texted my buddy to let him know we were good and I would pick him up in a few hours. When it was almost time to leave, she started to act cold to me and then told me to just leave already, so I continued with the plan, and I left at 9 p.m. to begin drinking with my buddy at home. A few hours later, she texts me and tells me that I'm an asshole for not staying with her and that she was very hurt by it. I went to the hospital first thing in the morning to be with her, and she refused to talk to me and told me to leave. Am I the asshole for not staying at the hospital with her that night?
A little bit.
I
mean, you should.
Yeah.
I mean, if your wife is staying overnight
and she's pregnant,
yeah, it's pretty serious, dude. Like, what, are you gonna go home and play Mario Kart? Like, what are you doing at home?
Drinking with his buddy over his promotion. Like, here's the thing. Like, you got a promotion. Like, I mean, that's great to get a promotion.
She wanted you to stay. Especially if she wanted you to stay.
Well, he says that she said it was okay. And when I first read that, I was like, you clearly didn't understand what she was telling you.
Yes, but at the same time, again, Ricky,
I get. We
have this conversation around then. Women, tell men what you want.
Yeah.
If you give them the okay they're looking for, we're gonna go. We're gonna take it. You give me permission to do something. That is all I need. I don't need your you should know the answer anyway bullshit. That's why I asked you a question.
Seriously.
Answer. Like, I am being a man by asking you. You can at least be a woman by telling me.
Yeah, she said no, and she said yes when she should have said no, and you should have just said like, no, I want you to stay, instead of being like, oh, okay, just go. Like, because in a guy's mind, I just heard yes. Like, yeah, I'll see you later. So, but yeah, I get both sides of it. So, I mean, kind of, because like, is it really that big of a deal to go and have a drink with your friends? Like, you can do that any other time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, you can. He's gonna be promoted next week. Still.
Yeah.
He's like, he's not dying. Like, he's gonna be a drink. Like, is your Bud Light or your like Scotch that important?
No. It's better when it's aged anyway. So like, just don't drink it right now.
Dude. Men, dude. I mean, I understand. Like, yeah, you asked permission. Yeah, that's on her, but still, bro. Like, why are you asking? You should know. You should just stay there.
Okay, so Fred says what an evaluate date is. Evaluate date, long story short, is a test run to see how I do on a real first date before I ask out my actual crush. It was only an idea, thankfully. So it's a fake date, is what I'm hearing. It's like a simulated date with somebody.
Yeah.
So how do you do that? I mean, I'm intrigued by the concept, but I don't know how you do that successfully. Like, I don't know. And does the other person know if it's, quote, an evaluate date? They're like, This is blowing my mind because this is the first time I've ever heard about something like this. At all. Might be a Canada thing. I don't know.
Canada's a weird place, dude. They don't even have like Paramount Plus.
They don't. Yeah, no, they don't have a lot of stuff.
Like Freedom, they don't have Freedom either.
They don't have Baja Blast, I believe.
Dude, I love Baja Blast.
So,
like, I'm so glad it's bottled now.
So like when the Queen Dani was here so many years ago, like 7 years ago now, by the way, 6-7 years ago, we had to go to Taco Bell so she can get a Baja Blast because they don't have them. Because like, thankfully for Canada, they have like strict sugar laws, unlike us.
Oh my god!
So there's a lot of stuff we have here that they can't have. Like I think also Mellow Yellow is one of them too.
Mellow Yellow is amazing.
Yeah, they don't have it up there. If I remember correctly. But yeah, no, that's a value date. Goodness, I feel like that would be like a high school, like a progressive high school course.
Dude, I feel like it's
Any value date.
Dude, it's like the theme for an 8th grade dance.
Yes. Got a Baja Blast in my fridge right now. All right, so Fred says he has a Baja Blast in his fridge from my friend who runs an obscure candy shop. That sounds like a drug front, to be completely honest with you. Like, what is obscure about the candy this man's selling, Freds?
It has nuts. Got them walnuts, dude.
I get. We had to make a trip to Canada to see Freds only because Freds has a Traeger.
I know.
And he posts about it all the time.
Dude, the other day I went to Jazz and I was like, hey, just randomly, I was like, I think I know our next vacation spot.
What would you say?
I told her I want to go to Niagara Falls, the Canada side.
It's the better side, I heard.
It's the better side. I was just like, don't ask me how or why I came up with this idea, but like, I've never been to Niagara Falls, and I love waterfalls.
Neither have I, but I heard Niagara Falls is pretty dope. To go out there, see the falls and all that. I feel like the original like buffalo wing was made up there too.
Wasn't it Buffalo, New York?
I guess, but I don't know. It's somewhere up there. I feel like it's a good place for wings.
I was like, Jazz, what if we stay on the New York side?
But go to the Canada.
But we just like tourist on the Canada side.
You technically would be a tourist on the Canada side.
Here's the thing, like when you cross the border over there, can you just like go back and forth like 2 or 3 times in a day? Like, oh my god, I forgot I put my wallet.
It depends on. So I have it in like. So the way that my ID is set up in New York State, I have what's known as like go to Niagara Comic Con. There you go. Go in June. Fretz will be there.
Jazz is not a nerd for Comic Con. That's a hard no. But good idea, Fretz. Fretz, how close are you to Niagara Falls?
Yeah, I do want to know how close you are to that. But
we'll sneak them across the border. We'll be like,
I don't know if New Jersey has it, but I know in New York I have what's known as an enhanced ID. So technically, I can go across the border to like Canada or Mexico without my passport.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
They did that a couple of years ago, so I have an enhanced ID.
3.5 hours. Interesting. I did not know that. Well, my ID expires soon.
I don't trust it.
Next year.
Like I don't trust it still. It's like I'm just like that sounds too dangerous to me. Like I'm still gonna bring my passport no matter what. But technically I can do that. Oh, Fretz lives on Lake Huron. Like what?
Oh, he's got to go around. He's got to go around the whole lake.
Go around the lake, yeah.
Jesus Christ!
You get a passport to go between New York and Ontario. I don't know about that, Francie.
You do because you're Canadian. You don't have a New Jersey license
or a New York license. Say New York enhanced ID. Enhanced license. Blah blah blah. What is enhanced ID? So, enhanced ID license in New York. You can use instead of a passport to return to the U.S. by land or sea from Canada, Mexico, and some countries in the Caribbean.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like the Caribbean. Maybe we want to go around to Carlito.
Some countries in the Caribbean. How many apples do you think Carlito eats?
Not as much as you think. He always spits them out. That's his gimmick.
That's true.
He doesn't even finish them. He takes one bite, one giant bite, and I'll have you. Swallows some of the juice, spits the rest, and throws the apple away.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, I'm like, and he's always got to hide him in his pants too.
Ooh,
Yeah, right. Yeah,
that's
that's worse. Like how, like he wrestles in that the whole time. It's got like a little pants pocket. Oh, so by the way, I was watching. So I have like what files I have on demand. So I was watching WWE Rivals documentary, like the A&E shit about Taker and Mankind.
It's a good one.
Did you ever watch that one?
I didn't see it. I didn't watch any of the A&E stuff because I don't have cable, and it's not on. I don't know why it's not on fucking Peacock. It's so stupid.
Well, it might be on Hulu. I don't know if A&E has like a Hulu channel.
I should check.
Yeah,
that's because I know Dark Side of the Ring is, but that's Vice. I'll check. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
but I haven't seen it, but I know the rivalry very, very well because Taker put him over.
Yeah, so they had Taker
for like a year.
Taker's on the show because they get to the Hell in the Cell, which is obviously the culmination of the rivalry. And apparently, for every week leading up to that match, Taker said no to hit the throwing Foley off the cell. Like Taker was like, "I'm not doing it," and it eventually got to the point where Taker was like, "Mick, how do you want to die?" The way that they got him to do is that Mick told Vince, and they double teamed Taker, and Taker was like, "Fuck it, fine, I'll do it."
Vince is like, "Come on, it's gonna be awesome."
But also, they talked about the first Buried Alive match. And they had Michael Hayes was talking about. Did you ever see the first Buried Alive match of like these bunch of people like burying Taker?
Dude, I've seen that match 4 times. I shit you. I've seen that match a lot.
So you know how there's like
I hate that. I like that match, but I hate that match.
So listen to this dumb shit. So you know how in the Buried Alive match there's like a ton of people that come out and start burying Taker.
Yeah,
it's because they underestimated how long it would take to bury somebody.
Yeah, to actually bury him alive. Like they're burying him. McMahon's like, and they're burying him alive, King. One scoop at a time. It's just like, what's your ticket gonna do to get out of this? He's like, you're just gonna lay there and hope for air. It takes a while. That's why the future matches had all the dirt in like a truck.
Yeah, just dump them in.
Like, fuck this. They dump it in. They only had one shovel there too. They had one shovel.
Everybody was like,
yeah. They brought Triple H out. Triple H is like, why is Triple H out here?
Foley was like clawing.
Yeah, he's got the glove on for his finger. It's ridiculous.
It's so crazy. So dumb.
Yeah, that match is it's a good match, but it's very silly. Then Taker's hand comes out to end the show out of the grave, the purple glove.
Yeah. No, that's a great one. I know they're starting the new season of Rivals, and I think the first one they're doing is Triple H and The Rock.
Interesting enough.
And it makes.
Dude, I am low key hoping because Triple H cut that awesome promo. He's like, it doesn't matter.
I was like, Jesus.
Know your role. And obviously, Triple H can't wrestle because of his heart.
Yeah.
But it got me hoping if we get Rock Austin one more time.
Just for shits and gigs.
just because I can't wrestle, but I know someone who can.
And the glass shatters.
Seth comes out. No. Good. No. And then the
or like they bring out Teddy Long. Like remember when Vince named Kurt Angle the GM? Yeah. And then Teddy Long came out and he's like, Teddy, stop dancing. It's not you. My bad. Hello. That is the one thing I'm kind of concerned about. They haven't said shit about the Hall of Fame.
They should after Chamber.
They're gonna have to. So who goes in? Do you think Paul goes in the hall?
I don't know, man. I mean, this would be a good time to do the ECW guys.
There's a lot of ECW people, especially at WrestleCon.
I know. Like you could do. Well, if Taz is available, which he probably isn't.
Yeah.
But you could do Paulie, Sandman, Sabu, Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah, and Tommy Dreamer's not like head of creative or for TNA.
Yeah, but who cares? He can do it. Like, unless you just do it's ECW and just have like 4 of them at once. They all give one speech at the same time.
Just gonna put the entire promotion in the Hall of Fame.
Like you make them like a faction, the ECW originals, right?
Whoever's still alive, because New Jack's not there.
Yeah, well, he wouldn't make it in anyway. Terry Funk can go in posthumously again.
Yeah.
But you have Sabu. Ideally, you do Sabu, Taz, Sandman, Raven, and Tommy Dreamer. Those 5.
Raven's gonna be around at WrestleCon too.
Yeah. You just do the ECW. You do the ECW originals as a one group because there's only so many speeches. They would all give the same speech.
Yeah.
And Paul Heyman inducts them. That's what you would do.
Yeah. It's really funny. Speaking of WrestleCon, it's going to be there. It's going to be a total shock. Because I went through the list the other day. Ric Flair just got announced because, of course. But Izzy now has a WrestleCon booth.
Of course he does. Should I print out the picture of me and her in BurgerFi and have her sign it?
I feel like it'd be kind of weird, but I mean, it's worth a shot. It's worth a shot.
It would be a little weird.
Yeah, it's a little awkward, but...
He sent his picture of you and me from like years ago in BurgerFi at SummerSlam.
I mean,
18.
we hung out with Izzy and the family multiple times, so...
Yeah.
I feel like we should just like get there for free. Like they're chill.
I'm not paying for a picture with a child.
She's not a child. I think she's actually an adult now.
Is she actually 18 now?
I think so. She's like a full blown like independent wrestler. Which means like
yeah, she is. She got her first winning of the day.
Yeah, which means like we're almost close to the prophecy of Izzy retiring Bailey.
I know, dude. So I was like, we know her parents, right?
Yeah. Because the mom's from the island.
The mom posted, because we're friends on Facebook, and the mom posted like the anniversary photo of her and her husband.
Yeah.
And like the pictures when they first started dating, Izzy looks just like her mother.
Yeah,
like,
it's kind of scary.
Carbon copy.
Pretty much, yeah. Like same everything.
Yeah. Nice family.
Yeah.
Good people.
Yeah, I mean they came to our tailgate before Evolution.
They did.
Good time. And like I was just surprised at how smart she was about wrestling. Remember having conversations like, damn, you're really smart about this.
Fucking Mark.
I can't wait. The best heel thing ever. Like I want Izzy to be heel on AEW and then go to WWE and be like a conquering champion. That'd be great. But she needs to retire Bailey. Be the best thing ever.
God, that would be pretty dope.
Bailey rides up into the sunset, putting Izzy over. Never see Pam Martinez again. Anywho. All right. Ready to get out of here?
Yeah, let's get out of here. Show's uploaded.
Perfect. I can, do via...
Are we airing this tomorrow or on Thursday?
Thursday.
Thursday? Keep it a Thursday? That's
yeah,
fine.
Keep it a Thursday. It makes Wednesday give me a buffer day. It makes everything a lot easier. And whatnot. So, yeah. This will come up Thursday morning or what have you and whatnot. And I'll be sure to go on an evaluate date later. Just because Fred's wanted me to, right? It's going to start that thing. It's going to be evaluate date era. See if you're ready to go out on dates with people. It's freaking amazing. Anywho, we'll see you later, folks. Bye.
Midnight music.